ತಗೊಂಡೋಗಿಟ್ರೆ ಅವರು ಕೃಷಿ ಸಾಲ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದರಿಂದ ಆಭರಣನೂ ಸುರಕ್ಷಿತವಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ.
ಹೌದಾ? ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ನಡಿ, ಹಿಂದೆ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿಗೆ ಹೋಗೋಣ.
ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕುಟುಂಬದ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್, ಭಾರತದಾದ್ಯಂತ.
ನೀವು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ನಮ್ಮ ಕುಟ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ 24x7. ಇದು ವಿಶ್ವಾಸದ ಪ್ರತಿಬಿಂಬ.
ವ್ಯಾಪಾರಿಗಳೇ, ಉದ್ಯಮಿಗಳೇ, ಗ್ರಾಹಕರೇ, ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳೇ ಹಾಗೂ ಪೋಷಕರೇ, ಆಗಿವೆಯಾ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗಳು ಕ್ರಾನಿಕ್? ಆಗಬೇಡಿ ಯಾವತ್ತು ಪ್ಯಾನಿಕ್. ಇದು ನಮ್ಮ ಕುಡ್ಲ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಾ ಕ್ಲಿನಿಕ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ನಿಮಗೆ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಾ ಟಾನಿಕ್. ನಾನು CASS ನಾಯಕ್. ವೀಕ್ಷಕರೇ, ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಟಾನಿಕ್ ಇದರ 223ನೇ ಸಂಚಿಕೆಗೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. ಇಂದಿನ ವಿಷಯ ಇಂಪ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಾ. ನಮ್ಮೊಂದಿಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಈರುವರು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಡಿಜಿಟಲ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಾ what we can say experts. Dr. Anant Prabhu Ji, cyber law specialist, and Shri Kenny Mendonca, digital and marketing expert. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಇರುವರಿಗೂ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಮಸ್ತ ವೀಕ್ಷಕರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಸುಸ್ವಾಗತ. ಇರುವರು ಅತಿಥಿಗಳನ್ನು ಸ್ಥೂಲ ಪರಿಚಯ ಮಾಡುವ ಮುಂಚೆ ಇಂದಿನ ವಿಶೇಷ ಫಾದರ್ಸ್ ಡೇ, ಅಂದರೆ ಅಪ್ಪಂದಿರ ದಿನಾಚರಣೆ. ಫಾದರ್ಸ್ ಡೇ is celebrated across the globe to recognize the contribution that fathers and father figures make to the lives of their children. This day is celebrated as fatherhood and male parenting. Normally it is celebrated on 3rd Sunday of every year in June. ನಮ್ಮ ಅನಾದಿ ಕಾಲದಿಂದ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ, ಮಾತೃದೇವೋ ಭವ, ಪಿತೃದೇವೋ ಭವ, ಆಚಾರ್ಯ ದೇವೋ ಭವ. ಪ್ರಥಮ ಸ್ಥಾನ ತಾಯಿಗೆ ಮಾತೃದೇವೋ ಭವ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ತಂದೆಗೆ ಪಿತೃದೇವೋ ಭವ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಆಚಾರ್ಯ ದೇವೋ ಭವ. ನಮ್ಮ ಋಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಮಾತೃ ಋಣ, ಪಿತೃ ಋಣ, ಆಚಾರ್ಯ ಋಣ, ಋಷಿ ಋಣ, ದೇವಋಣ, ಹೀಗೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಋಣ ಉಂಟು. ತಂದೆಯವರ ಋಣ ಕೂಡ ತುಂಬ ಒಂದು ಮಹತ್ವದ್ದು. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ತಾಯಿ 9 ತಿಂಗಳು ಹೊಟ್ಟೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಕಿ ಸಲಹಿ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ದೊಡ್ಡದು ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಆಲ್ ಅವರ್ ನೀಡ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಫುಲ್ಫಿಲ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ಅವರ್ ಫಾದರ್. ಸೊ ಫಾದರ್ ಈಸ್ ಟ್ರೀಟೆಡ್ ಲೈಕ್ ATM ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಫಾರ್ ಆಲ್ ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್. ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್ ಡಿಮಾಂಡ್, father will definitely try to fulfill it, especially for daughters. Father is more lovable personality, and father is hero for daughters also. So there is a saying, beautiful saying, in marriage how different people gauge for their daughter her husband. ಕನ್ಯಾ ವರಯತೆ ರೂಪಂ, ಮಾತಾ ವಿತ್ತಂ, ಪಿತಾ ಶ್ರತಂ, ಬಾಂಧವಾಹ ಕುಲಮಿಚ್ಛಂತಿ, ಭ್ರಷ್ಟಾನ್ನಂ ಇತರೇ ಜನಾಹ ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ಅಂದರೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಕನ್ಯಾ ವರಯತೆ ರೂಪಂ, ಹುಡುಗಿ ನೋಡುವುದಂದರೆ ಹುಡುಗನ ರೂಪ ಎಷ್ಟು ಚಂದ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ, whether he is handsome. Okay, now both our resource persons are very handsome also today. ಮಾತಾ ವಿತ್ತಂ, ತಾಯಿ ನೋಡುದು ಮಗಳ ಗಂಡನಾಗುವವನ ಹತ್ರ ಎಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಥಾನಮಾನ, ಹಣ ಮತ್ತು ವೆಲ್ತ್ ಅಥವಾ ಸಂಪಾದನೆ. ಆದರೆ ಪಿತಾಶ್ರತಂ, ತಂದೆ ನೋಡುವುದು ಹುಡುಗನಲ್ಲಿ ಗುಣ ನಡತೆಗಳನ್ನು. ಬಾಂಧವಾಹ ಕುಲಮಿಚ್ಚಂತಿ, ರಿಲೇಟಿವ್ಸ್ನವರು ಯಾವ ಕುಲ, ಯಾವ ಗೋತ್ರ, ಯಾವ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್, ಯಾವ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಇದನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆದರೆ ಮದುವೆಗೆ ಬಂದ 99% ಜನ ಭ್ರಷ್ಟಾನ್ನಂ ಇತರೇ ಜನಾ, ಊಟ ಹೇಗಿತ್ತು, ಹೇಗೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ಹೇಗಿತ್ತು ಅಂತೇಳಿ, ದಟ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಸೀಯಿಂಗ್. ಎಂಥ ಎಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ವರ್ಣನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನೋಡಿ. ಹಾಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಪ್ಪಂದಿರಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಪ್ಪಂದಿರ ದಿನಾಚರಣೆಯ ಶುಭಾಶಯಗಳನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ನೀವು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಕುಟುಂಬದ ಒಂದು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಒಂದು ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿಯನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡು ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನು ಉತ್ತಮ ಪ್ರಜೆಗಳಾಗಿ ನೀವು ಅವರನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರುವುದಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಇಂದು ಸಮಸ್ತ ವೀಕ್ಷಕರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬಯಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಕೇವಲ 3 ದಿನ ಬಾಕಿ, ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಯೋಗಾ ಡೇ 2023. ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಯೋಗಾ ಡೇ ನಮಗೆ ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಉಂಟು. 2015ರಿಂದ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಯೋಗಾ ಡೇಯನ್ನು ಜಗತ್ತಿನಾದ್ಯಂತ ಆಚರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಯುನೈಟೆಡ್ ನೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಸೆಂಬ್ಲಿ ಆನ್ 11th December 2014 they have accepted by record 177 nations in their resolution declared International MSME Day as 21st June. So first International MSME, the International Yoga Day in 2015 is celebrated. In 21st June ಯಾಕಂದರೆ it is the longest day, ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಿಷನ್ ಟು ದಕ್ಷಿಣಾಯನ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ನಂಬಿಕೆ ಉಂಟು. ಅದರಿಂದ ಆ ದಿನವೇ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಈ ವರ್ಷದ ಥೀಮ್ ಏನಂದರೆ ಯೋಗ ಡೇದು ಯೋಗ ಫಾರ್ ವಸುಧೈವ ಕುಟುಂಬಕಂ, ಅಂದರೆ ಇಡೀ ಪ್ರಪಂಚವೇ ನಮ್ಮ ಕುಟುಂಬ ಅನ್ನುವ ಧ್ಯೇಯದೊಂದಿಗೆ ಈ ಸಾರಿ ನಾವು ಆಚರಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಈ ಪ್ರಥಮ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಯೋಗ ಡೇ 21st June 2015 ಮಾಡುವಾಗ 35,985 people, including our Prime Minister Modi and other dignitaries from 84 nations. They performed 21 yoga postures, yogasanas, for 35 minutes at Rajpath, New Delhi. That is a historic moment. ಆ ದಿನದಿಂದ ಯೋಗ ಈಗ ವಿಶ್ವವ್ಯಾಪಿಯಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಮಗೆ ಬಹಳ ಒಂದು ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಅನಾದಿ ಕಾಲದಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ಪತಂಜಲಿ ಮಹರ್ಷಿಯರಿರ್ಬೋದು, ನಮ್ಮ ಮಾಡರ್ನ್ ಯೋಗ BKS ಅಯ್ಯಂಗಾರ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಇತ್ತೀಚೆಗೆ ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಸದ್ಗುರು ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ನಮ್ಮ ಬಾಬಾ ರಾಮದೇವ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ರವಿಶಂಕರ್ ಗುರೂಜಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಇವರೆಲ್ಲ ಯೋಗದ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಸಿದ್ಧಿಗೆ ಹಾಗೂ ಪ್ರಸರಿಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅನೇಕ ಕೊಡುಗೆಗಳನ್ನು ನೀಡಿದ್ದಾರಂತ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬಹಳ ಒಂದು ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಯೋಗ ದಿನದ ಪ್ರಯುಕ್ತ ಎಲ್ಲ ವೀಕ್ಷಕರಿಗೆ ಶುಭಾಶಯಗಳನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಈ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಯುಕ್ತ ಒಂದು ಕೋಟ್ ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಕೋಟ್. ಆ್ಯನ್ ಆ್ಯಪಲ್ ಎ ಡೇ ಕೀಪ್ಸ್ ದ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಎವೇ. ಆ್ಯನ್ ಆ್ಯಪಲ್ ಎ ಡೇ ಕೀಪ್ಸ್ ದ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಎವೇ. ಎ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಎ ಡೇ ಕೀಪ್ಸ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಫೀವರ್ ಎವೇ, ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಆ್ಯನ್ ಅವರ್ ಆಫ್ ಯೋಗ ಎ ಡೇ ಕೀಪ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಡಿಸೀಸಸ್ ಎವೇ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬಹಳ ಒಂದು ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಈ ಒಂದು 2-3 ಚುಟುಕು ಕೂಡ ಉಂಟು. ಯೋಗ ಉಚಿತ. ಈಗ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಕಡೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ಹಣ ಕೊಡುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಉಚಿತ ಯೋಗ ಶಿಬಿರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆಯಲ್ಲುಂಟು. ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ಖಚಿತ. ಯೋಗ ಮಾಡದಿದ್ದರೆ ಅನಾರೋಗ್ಯ ಖಚಿತ. ಯೋಗವಿಲ್ಲದಿರೆ BP ಶುಗರ್ ಉಚಿತ. ಆಗಬೇಡಿ ಯೋಗ ವಂಚಿತ, ಮಾಡಿ ನಿರಂತರ ಯೋಗ ಸಂಚಿತ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲಿದ್ದರೇನಂತೆ, ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಯೋಗ ಬಂಧುಗಳು ಪಕ್ಕ. ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡಿದರೇನು ರೊಕ್ಕ, ದಿನನಿತ್ಯವೂ ಯೋಗ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ತಕ್ಕ, ಆವಾಗಲೇ ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ಲಭಿಸುವುದು ಪಕ್ಕ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ. ಸೊ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಯೋಗ ಡೇ ಪ್ರಯುಕ್ತ ಎಲ್ಲ ವೀಕ್ಷಕರಿಗೆ ಶುಭಾಶಯಗಳನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಯೋಗ ಚಿತ್ತವೃತ್ತಿ ನಿರೋಧ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಅಪ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಡೌನ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಹೋಗಲಾಡಿಸೋದಿದ್ದರೆ ಯೋಗ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಯೋಗ ಕರ್ಮಸ ಕೌಶಲ್ಯ ಅಂತೇಳಿ, ಅಂದರೆ ನಾವು ಯಾವುದೇ ಕಾರ್ಯ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಅದರ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ಷಮತೆಯನ್ನು ವೃದ್ಧಿ ಮಾಡುವುದು ಯೋಗ. ಅಂದರೆ ನಿಪುಣತೆಯನ್ನು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ, ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಭಾಳ ಒಂದು ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರು ದಿನಕ್ಕೆ 1 ಗಂಟೆ ಆದರೂ ಯೋಗವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಆರೋಗ್ಯವನ್ನು ಕಾಪಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ, ಇಂದಿನ ವಿಷಯ ಇಂಪ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಾ. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ತಿಳಿದಿರುವಂತೆ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಾ ಎಷ್ಟು ರೆವಲ್ಯೂಷನೈಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ, ಮುಂಚೆ ಕೇವಲ ಫೋನ್ ಇರೋದು, ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಮತ್ತು ರಿಸೀವ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ಮಾರ್ಟ್ ಫೋನ್ ಬಂತು. ಸ್ಮಾರ್ಟ್ ಫೋನಿಂದ ಈಗ ಏನಂದರೆ, ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಫೋನ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್, ಫೋನ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಟಿ ವಿ, ಫೋನ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ರೇಡಿಯೋ, ಫೋನ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಫೇಸ್ಬುಕ್, ಫೋನ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಾ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಎಸೆಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಒನ್ ಫೋನ್. ಅಂಗೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಾ ಉಂಟು. ಅದು ನಮಗೆ ಅಡ್ವಾಂಟೇಜಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಆಗಿದೆ, ತುಂಬ ಕೆಲವು ಅದರಿಂದಾಗಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಸೈಡ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಕೂಲಂಕುಷ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಹಾಗೂ ಒಂದು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ನಾವು ಚಿಂತನ ಮಂಥನ ಮಾಡುವ. ನಮ್ಮೊಂದಿಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಈರುವರು ತಜ್ಞರು ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಅನಂತ್ ಪ್ರಭು ಜಿ. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಅನಂತ್ ಪ್ರಭು ಜಿ, he is already known to all our viewers. He is a cyber security specialist ಹಾಗೂ ಸೈಬರ್ ಲಾ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬಹಳ ಒಂದು ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಕೇವಲ ಬೆರಳೆಣಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಥ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇರೋದು, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಅನಂತ್ ಪ್ರಭು ಜಿ ಓರ್ವರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಕೂಡ ಬಹಳ ಒಂದು ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಹಿ ಈಸ್ ಬ್ಯಾಚುಲರ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್, ಮಾಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಇನ್ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್, Masters in Business Administration in Information Science, Diploma in Cyber Law, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Engineering, and he has done 2 postdoctoral fellowship in Computer Science and Technology from University of Houston, Downtown USA, and University of Leicester, UK ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಕೂಡ ಬಹಳ ಒಂದು ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. His area of interest is cyber crime investigation and cyber law. He has conducted more than 2,500 workshops ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಕೂಡ ಬಹಳ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. He is a trainer for Karnataka Judicial Academy and Karnataka Police Academy as well as other national academies ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಕೂಡ ಬಹಳ ಒಂದು ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. He has written articles in more than 25 journals and he has published more than 3 patents and he has authored many books. Little Black Book for Parents, Little Black Book for Teachers, Little Black Book for Students, I Own the Monk's Ferrari, and Glorious Bharat Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, The Text Message That Killed Me, Cyber Safe Girl. ಹಾಗೂ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ನಡ, ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ ಹಾಗೂ ಗುಜರಾತಿ ವರ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ದ ಸಮುರೈ ಹೂ ಸೋಲ್ಡ್ ಇಸ್ ಸುಜುಕಿ, ಮೈ ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಫಾದರ್ಸ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಚೆಟ್, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಇವರ ಒಂದು ಕೊಡುಗೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಭಾಳ ಒಂದು ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಾಲ್ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟಿಗೇಟರ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ವೆಲ್ ಆಸ್ ಸೈಬರ್ ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರಿಟಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಡಿಜಿಟಲ್ ಫೊರೆನ್ಸಿಕ್ COE ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸಹ್ಯಾದ್ರಿ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇವರು ಕಾರ್ಯನಿರ್ವಹಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಕೂಡ ಬಹಳ ಒಂದು ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಅದಲ್ಲದೆ ಇವ್ರದ್ದು ಶ್ಯೂರ್ ಪಾಸ್, ಇವರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದರೆ ಫೇಲ್ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯವೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಯಾರು ಫೇಲ್ ಆದರೂ ಅವರನ್ನು ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. ಶ್ಯೂರ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಮಾನಸ ಟವರ್ಸ್ ಮಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಕೂಡ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅನೇಕ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶನವನ್ನು ನೀಡಿ ಬಾಳಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯ ಒಂದು ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಇರದೆ ಉತ್ತಮ ಒಂದು ಭವಿಷ್ಯ ರೂಪಿಸುವ ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶನ ನೀಡುವ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಶ್ಯೂರ್ ಪಾಸ್, ಅದರದ್ದು ಕೂಡ ಫೌಂಡರ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರಂತ ಕೂಡ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಅನಂತ್ ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಸಮಸ್ತ ವೀಕ್ಷಕರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಮಗದೊಮ್ಮೆ ಭವ್ಯ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ನಮ್ಮೊಂದಿಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಯಂಗ್, ಎನರ್ಜೆಟಿಕ್, ಎಂಥೂಸಿಯಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್, ಸ್ಮಾರ್ಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಡಿಜಿಟಲ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನಿ ಮೆಂಡೋನ್ಸಾ. He has also participated in various shows in our ನಮ್ಮ ಕುಡ್ಲ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಟಾನಿಕ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಕೂಡ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. He is a BTech from Manipal Institute of Technology, MBA from MIM Manipal, and he is pursuing PhD in Consumer Psychology from Manipal University, and he is head of Marketing and Sales ಫಾರ್ ನಮ್ಮ ನಗರದ ಪ್ರಸಿದ್ಧ ರಿಯಲ್ ಎಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಉದ್ಯಮ, ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಟ್ರೇಡ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ನಾರ್ದರ್ನ್ ಸ್ಕೈ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ he has been ಹೆಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸೇಲ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ 3D ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ಸ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಕೂಡ ಬಹಳ ಒಂದು ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಇವರದ್ದು ಈಸ್ ಎಂಟರ್ಪ್ರನರ್, ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಕನ್ಸಲ್ಟೆಂಟ್, ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಟ್ರೈನರ್, ಆಥರ್, ಎ ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್ ವಿತ್ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಫೈಡ್ ಮಾಸ್ಟರಿ ಇನ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಡಿಸೈನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್, operation and new business innovation, and a proud alumni of Manipal University. Currently, he is, as I have already mentioned, for the last 10 years he has been in this field ante helike kuda bahala ಒಂದು ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. He has conducted multiple workshop and he has interacted and trained almost more than 4,000 MBA students, business professionals and entrepreneurs in marketing and branding strategies, worked with some few Fortune 500 companies like L'Oreal, Paris, Sabic, Nascom, Bosch, Godrej, 3D Systems ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಕೂಡ ಬಹಳ ಒಂದು ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಕ್ಯಾನಿ ಮೆಂಡೋನ್ಸ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಮಸ್ತ ವೀಕ್ಷಕರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಮಗದೊಮ್ಮೆ. ಸೊ ಇಂದಿನ ವಿಷಯ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ ಹಾಗೆ ಇಂಪ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಾ. ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಾ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಈಗ ನಮಗೆ ಡೇ ಟು ಡೇ ನಮ್ಮ ದೈನಂದಿನ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ರೈಟ್ ಫ್ರಾಮ್ ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಅಪ್ ಟು ವೆನ್ ವಿ ಗೋ ಟು ಸ್ಲೀಪ್ ಇನ್ ದ ನೈಟ್, ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲದಿದ್ದರೆ ಮನುಷ್ಯನಿಗೆ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ತಳಮಳ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಕಳೆದುಕೊಂಡಾಗೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಅವರದ್ದು ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬಲ್ಲಿ ಎಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಫೇಸ್ಬುಕ್ಕಲ್ಲಿರ್ಬೋದು, ವಾಟ್ಸಪ್ಪಲ್ಲಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಟ್ವಿಟರಲ್ಲಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಗ್ರಾಮಲ್ಲಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅನೇಕ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಾ ದಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಎ ರುಟೀನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾಬಿಟ್. ಇಟ್ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ಚೇಂಜ್ಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಈಗ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಾ ಯೂಸರ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವೊಂದು ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ಬಹಳ ಒಂದು ಆಶ್ಚರ್ಯ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ದೆರ್ ಆರ್ 4.9 ಬಿಲಿಯನ್ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಾ ಯೂಸರ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ typical social media user interacts with the 6.6, ಅಂದರೆ nearly 7 social media platforms, and with 1021.96 million, China has the most social media users, ಅಂದರೆ more than 100 crores in China. China is number 1. Social media is used by 85% of the world's 5.27 billion mobile phone users. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ an average person uses social media for 2 hours and 35 minutes every day. ಇದು ನಮ್ಮ ಕೋವಿಡ್ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ ಮೈಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಗಾನ್ ಫಾರ್ 6, 7, 8, 10 hours ಕೂಡ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಏಜ್ ವೈಸ್ 18 to 29 years, 88% people they are addicted to social media. 30 to 49 years, 78%, 50 to 65 years also 64%, even after 65 years, 37% people they use social media. So I don't want to give more statistics now. Now let us directly come to our speakers, resource persons today. Dr. Anant Prabhu. Social media is lifeline for everybody now. Without social media people cannot survive. Without food they may survive for some time, without water also they can survive, but without social media very difficult to survive. So how social media has impacted our day to day life? Can you just brief?
Yeah, you have very rightly put this, sir, because if I have to change the order in which the basic necessities of life are, I should be saying first it is internet, then it is roti, kapda or makan. So people can live without the last 3, but without the internet I have seen the withdrawal symptoms people get, especially if the network is down for 2 minutes, then you can see how a person will feel as if he has been a fish without water. So now if I have to talk about how this has impacted, the first one is global connectivity. You see, the best example is today. I am in Bangalore. I was supposed to be sitting with Kenny G and you in the studio today. But because of my commitment with the Karnataka Judicial Academy, I had to come down to Bengaluru. But I have made myself presentable through the internet, and people, lakhs of people are watching this program throughout the world. So global connectivity, and we are also using YouTube as a medium to ensure that people who do not get the Namma Kudla channel on their respective set-top boxes or the television at homes, wherever they are, even if they are traveling on the flight, they can watch this program, because these days even the aeroplanes have got internet connectivity. So this shows what a wide reach we have got. Instant communication, this is the benefit. Then information sharing and awareness. Now Biparjoy, it has affected a lot of coastline of our country, but the entire country and world has got to know about it. Day-to-day updates, second-to-second updates also we are getting. And then, as you are my mentor, you always tell me this dialogue, which is, Anant, your bank balance is not your net worth, but your network is your net worth. I 1000% I agree to this point of yours, sir, because I have seen a tremendous growth in my professional life because of my network and not because of my net worth. And of course, creativity and expression, support and giving back to the community, especially during the COVID, because we have seen how so many people have worked hard, connected through the internet, and made the resources reach out to people, business and entrepreneurship and personal development. So holistic 360-degree approach, we can get advantages because of social.
It is rightly said that your net worth is now network. Even if you are in the net, you are connected globally ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬಹಳ ಒಂದು ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. Now, what are the types of popular social media? And there are nearly 10 to 20 types of social media are there. What are most popular and which are most user friendly and which are more advantageous? Can you just
see currently when you talk about social media, it depends on the type of requirement. Say for example, now when we are looking into communication based, so communications, we have WhatsApp, we have Instagram, Facebook, which basically helps to connect to people, comment, make a community together, be a part of group or promote a business. Then there are other types of social medias where, say for example, YouTube is basically a video sharing. Say a business can promote a particular lecture, or a teacher can basically promote his lecturing and try to educate his children. So when we talk about social media platform, it is not only we talking about Facebook or Instagram. Say for example, we have something like Quora. Quora is basically again a social media platform where you can put up your questions and you have a different panel, different group of users who basically try to answer those questions. So we have something called as Pinterest, where basically designs are particularly shared. Similar way, we have around 5 to 10 popular, like I think everyone, the viewers would be knowing YouTube, then you have Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, Quora, Pinterest. So these are some popular, world's popular platforms that are currently used by billions of users today in India as well as global markets.
So, Anant Prabhu, now internet connectivity, that is most prominent thing for using the social media. Even government of India, through every year budget, they are increasing the budget for digitization. Even ಹಳ್ಳಿಗೂ ಒಂದು ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಸಂಪರ್ಕ ಕೊಡುವ ಬ್ರಾಡ್ಬ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಡುವ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಕೂಡ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದು ಮುಂಚೆ 2G, ಆಮೇಲೆ 3G, ಆಮೇಲೆ 4G, ಈಗ 5G, ಇನ್ನು 6Gಗೆ ಕೂಡ ಹೋಗುವಂಥ ಒಂದಿದ್ದು. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿಸ್ G? ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಯು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದಿ ಅಡ್ವಾಂಟೇಜಸ್ ವೆನ್ ಫ್ರಾಮ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಿಷನ್ ಫ್ರಾಮ್ 4G to 5G? ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಯು ಟೆಲ್ ಅನಂತ್ ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ?
That was a good one, sir. So this G stands for generation. So we have seen the evolution, how the evolution has happened from regular voice calls, which is the 1G, and then slowly the data started coming 2G, then 3G, little high-speed internet, 4G, very good internet, and 5G we are currently using 5G, and right now I have come online because of 5G. Otherwise, it would not have been possible for me to come so seamlessly because buffering ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತು ಇಲ್ಲದಿದ್ರೆ. We have seen that whenever we are watching a video, there are certain things that we need to keep in mind, which we call as the internet speed. So standard definition video, note bekadre, we need 3 Mbps of internet speed. If you don't have 3 Mbps, you see that buffering anta barta irate. High definition HDL video 720 pixels alli note bekadre or 1080, then we need 5 Mbps. But right now we are all watching it on full HD, or we can also call it as 4 times full HD, which is 4K anta kariteve now, for which we need a minimum of 25 Mbps of internet connectivity speed. So how is this offered? There are various ways it is offered. ಈಗ ನಾವು most of us ನಾವು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ, we are using mobile phone for internet connectivity. ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿದ್ರೆ we are using a cable internet or we are using a digital subscriber line. But Elon Musk, a visionary, he has gone to the next level now, whereas he has started giving satellite internet. That means even those places where there is no mobile connectivity, you can still get the internet. And the best example is the places like a desert or a forest or on the aeroplane, when you are inside the aeroplane, wherever it is. So these are some of the various generations we have seen how the internet. But one thing I would like to mention everybody is, we are all connected now. People, there are so many fans of yours who are sitting in the USA and watching this program. But how is the internet connected throughout the different continents? The best part about here is through under ocean cables. So there is a wide network of under ocean cables where different continents are connected, and because of various fishes like sharks, whales, and because of anchors from the ships, these cables get damaged and it has to be continuously repaired. So hats off to those people who go deep down the sea and fix these cables so that you and I can stay connected with the internet without any hiccups.
ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಆಕಾಶದಿಂದ ಪಾತಾಳದವರೆಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಉಂಟಂತ ನೀವು ಹೇಳುದಲ್ವಾ? ಬಹಳ ಒಂದು ಉತ್ತಮ, ಆಕಾಶದಿಂದ ಪಾತಾಳದವರೆಗೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಬಹಳ ಒಂದು ಉತ್ತಮವಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ ನೀವು. ಈಗ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್, ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಶೇರ್ ಇನ್ YouTube, WhatsApp, and various forum in Google also. How you will distinguish between which is the real news and which is the fake news?
See, this is a very good question because we see most of the posts that comes in social media, we basically consider it as a actual news, actual figures. But when we are going through any of the news content, maybe breaking news or any knowledgeable content, the intention of the person who is putting it, either it's a most of a emotional trigger, either to bring more of emotions or a sadness. The first thing that any user should go through is to have a critical mindset when consuming such contents. So if there is a particular news that is basically broken up and it's part of the social media, we need to see what is the legibility of that news. Basically we can cross check with other who is reporting that similar. Say for example you have a similar breaking news, we can see who else is reporting such particular news. Maybe you can check in BBC India, or you can see Aaj Tak or other news portal. Maybe if it is an actual figure, so maybe there are multiple channels who would be reporting those particular news content. So this is one way where we can identify whether the news is legit or not, because if there are 100 people who are posting a similar content, that means there is some factual base.
But same thing forwarded message by 100 people.
Yes.
It may be fake news also can come.
So now in digital media what happens majorly,
because herd mentality will also be there.
Would be there, and people perceive the image more than the content. Say when they look at the image, so basically thinks that everything is real. So Google has a particular video description where you can, particularly you have a Google video image search where you can put, say for example, if you found an image which is creating, which it's controlling more has a fake news. You can basically put that image into a Google image search and you can see the originality of that image. So most of the images today, we have a lot of softwares like Photoshop and Illustrator where images can be easily modulated. So to check whether the images are original or the originality of the image, so you can use this Google image search, you can upload that image and see whether that image is legit or not. So these are few ways which can basically help consumers, because what happens, so when you particularly get a news, the very simple intention that everyone has is they just go for a forward. So when you forward, if there is a news that is which can cause communal harmony or which can cause those problems, and if you are forwarding those fake news, you may end up in a problem. So which is, for a user, it is very important to cross check the eligibility of the content.
Okay.
Sir, I would like to add 2 points
Yeah.
to that, sir. That is, one, as per the Madras High Court ruling, it very clearly states that forwarding a message is equal to endorsing the message. So just because Ananta Prabhu has sent it to you and you forward it to somebody, and that message which Ananta Prabhu sent is a fake message, or
ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಲ ತೆಗೆಯುವಾಗ ಬೋರೋವರಿಗೆ ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟರ್ ಹಾಕಿದಾಗ ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿ
exactly, ಎಲ್ರೂ
as good as guarantor is also liable.
Absolutely, sir. Very well said. And the second point is, there is one press information bureau antide nam deshaದಲ್ಲಿ, PIB anta karitare. So they have got a wonderful website called as fact checker anta. PIB fact checker anta ನಾವು ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ we will get that particular website. So ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನೇ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಈಗ you got some message, ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಬಂತು, whether that is true or false ಅಂತ ನಮಗೆ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ, there are many fact checking websites, out of which PIB is one among them, which we can rely upon because it is maintained by the government of India.
But they are up to date.
Yes.
Yeah, there are many other websites also. The Quint ide, Boom Live ide, Defract. So there are many of them. Factly. So PIB would, because I can only talk about something that is not a private, but government of India owned. So that is why I mentioned about PIB.
Reliability is more. Okay. Now, while sharing the WhatsApp message, at a time you can share only 5 to individuals. And if it is group, only one. Why it is check and balance, or what is the?
No, initially when WhatsApp was launched, there were multiple, because there will be one news which is shared to hundreds of 200 people. But what happens, so when human, what people usually do, when you have a technology which could help, you would basically use it more as your disadvantage. You will use it for a more, with the things that is not good enough. So people usually used to share forward, like if it's a fake news, they used to forward many times. So there were regulation impacts, and that is why the government, the WhatsApp, the developers, they thought that limiting that number of forward to 5 times or 10 times would basically spread, control the spread of fake news.
Okay.
So that is why the modulation.
Then group messages and group this is possible, no?
Yeah, it's possible, but still you have a regulations controlled over there. Yeah, okay. Because whatever message that we do is basically monitored by your Facebook or the WhatsApp. So if they found if someone reports that this particular message that you have sent is basically a false or or it's a false. So basically the WhatsApp, what they can do, they can basically block your number. So you may end up losing your WhatsApp or the social media account. So because you have the Information Technology Act 2000, which basically we have section 66A and 69A, which basically says that if the information is basically misappropriate or there is a false, so government or the organization like Facebook, they can basically block that person using or accessing that particular platform.
Okay. So we have one caller now. Can we attend one caller? Hello.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಸರ್, ರಾಮರಾವ್ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ.
ರಾಮರಾಯರಿಗೆ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ನಿಮಗೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಯೋಗ ಡೇ ಈಗ ನಾಡ್ದು ಬರ್ತಾ ಉಂಟು, ಅದರ ಪ್ರಯುಕ್ತ ನಿಮಗೆ ಶುಭಾಶಯ ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ.
ತಮಗೂ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಶುಭಾಶಯಗಳು.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರೀಡಮ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಗಲ್, Akashawani was the best social media. Shri Narendra Modi's Man Ki Baat gave a boost, but now Akashawani is having financial problem. Fresh recruitment of staff has completely stopped. After Corona, it has stopped live program and many good programs like Harsha Vardhatiti. Crime stories, sensational news are not there in Akashawani. It is a Badavara Bandhu. Transistor costs just rupees 1,500. Transistor can be carried in kitchen, bedroom and moving vehicles, etc. Now the question is how to revive Akashawani. Next, partially TV is also a good social media. We have seen Ramayana, Mahabharata, etc. Now Chandana and Shankara TV are good. CCTV camera helps to detect culprit in case of road accidents and theft in houses. Collapse of World Trade Center of USA and other disasters gives a correct picture in TV. However, sexy scenes, crime stories and most of the serials are damaging our culture. Many students have committed suicide in seeing suicide scene in TV. Thieves committed theft crime on seeing TV serials. Next, happy news should be published in front pages of all newspapers. TV and newspapers are highlighting sensational news which are not 100% correct. Next, modus operandi, that is how crimes, theft are detected. Detail should not be reported in media. On reading those news, thieves may be more careful. It is a lesson for them how to escape. Next, digital internet are a boon for banking and other business people, but how to avoid frauds. Next, mobile is a good servant but bad master. When parents did not provide mobile, some students committed suicide. Mobile spreads both good and bad news. People spend more time in forwarding, deleting gossip news in mobile. How to use mobile diligently. ಭಗವಾನ್ ಬುದ್ಧ ಮುಂಚೆ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಸಾವಿಲ್ಲದ ಮನೆಯಿಂದ ಸಾಸಿವೆ ತನ್ನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಈಗ ಭಗವಾನ್ ಬುದ್ಧ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲದ ಮನೆಯಿಂದ ಸಾಸಿವೆ ತನ್ನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
ಉತ್ತಮ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಬುದ್ಧ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು ಸಾವಿಲ್ಲದ ಮನೆಯಿಂದ ಸಾಸಿವೆ ತನ್ನಿ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಈಗ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲದ ಮನೆಯಿಂದ ಸಾಸಿವೆ ತನ್ನಿ ಅಂತ ಬಹಳ ಒಂದು ಉತ್ತಮ ಒಂದು ನಿದರ್ಶನ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲದ ಮನೆ ಇರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಹಳ ವಿರಳರಲ್ಲಿ ವಿರಳ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಅದೇ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ವೀಕ್ಷಕರ ಕರೆವಟ್ಟದೆ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿ 1 by 1 ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ರಿಸಾಲ್ವ್. ಹಲೋ
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ, ಇದು ಮಂಗಳೂರಿಂದ ರಾಜೇಶ್ ರಾವ್ ಮಾತಾಡೋದು.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ರಾಜೇಶ್ ರಾಯರಿಗೆ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅಂತಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಯೋಗ ದಿನಾಚರಣೆಯ ಸಂದರ್ಭ ಈಗ ನಾಡ್ದು ಬರ್ತಾ ಉಂಟು, ಶುಭಾಶಯ.
ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಯೋಗವನ್ನ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಡೈಲಿ.
ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
ಈಗ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಾ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಎ ನೆಸೆಸರಿ ಈವಿಲ್. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ನೀಡ್ ಫಾರ್ discipline and management of the social media. You cannot remove that system from the humanity. So my question is, what will be the discipline factor for the users and what will be the self-discipline for the operators? First point. Second thing is, what are your tips to students, parents and the government?
ಬಹಳ ಉತ್ತಮ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ. ಬೇರೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಉಂಟಾ?
ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್,
ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್
60% ಎಡಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಉಂಟಂತ ಇಡೀ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಎಡಿಕ್ಷನ್, ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಎಡಿಕ್ಷನ್, ಅದನ್ನ ಹೇಗೆ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಂತ.
ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಎಡಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಬಹಳ ಒಂದು ಉತ್ತಮ ಕೇಳಿದಿರಿ. ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮ ತಜ್ಞರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗೆ 1 by 1 ಹೇಳುವ. ಈಗ ಅನಂತ್ ಪ್ರಭು, ಸೊ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಡಿಸಿಪ್ಲಿನ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಾ, ಹೌ ದಟ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ are for user and operator. That can you just answer?
Yeah, definitely, sir. See, because the first point we need to see is why we have to manage. Now, ಯಾಕೀಗ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಮಿಸ್ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ. Why it has become mismanaged? Because instant gratification. ಓಕೆ, ಏನ್ ಬೇಕದು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಾಗ, ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ದೇ ವಾಂಟ್ ದೇ ಗೆಟ್ ಇಟ್. ಸೊ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಗ್ರಾಟಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್. ಕೆಲವರಿಗೆ ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಕ್ ಬೇಕು, ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಕ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಕೆಲವರಿಗೆ ಸಿನಿಮಾ ಬೇಕು, ಸಿನಿಮಾ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ದೇ ಗೆಟ್ ಇಟ್. ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಇದೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಒಂದು, ಫಾರ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ಅಡಿಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಸಂಬಡಿ, there should be a release of dopamine ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಕರಿತೇವೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಇಂದ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಏನ್ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಡೋಪಮೈನ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಪಟ್ಟೆ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಇಂದ. ಅಂಡ್ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಲೇಜಸ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, there is something called as FOMO, FOMO, fear of missing out ಅಂತ. Why am I telling this is, whenever I go especially to schools, girls schools, and ask this question, how many girls watch Korean web series ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಕೇಳ್ತೇನೆ, ಆಗ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹುಡುಗಿಯರ ಕೈ ಮೇಲೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ನನ್ ಆಫ್ ದೆಮ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಕೊರಿಯನ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್, ಬಟ್ ಆದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೈ ಮೇಲೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಕೆಲವರು ಏನೋ ಸಬ್ ಟೈಟಲ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ನೋಡಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಏನೋ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಇನ್ನು ಕೆಲವರು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಮೈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇಸ್, ವೈ ಆರ್ ದೇ ವಾಚಿಂಗ್? ದೇ ಆರ್ ವಾಚಿಂಗ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಅವರ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 6 ಹುಡುಗಿಯರಿದ್ರೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ 5 ಜನರು ಕೊರಿಯನ್ ವೆಬ್ ಸೀರೀಸ್ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಈಗ ನಾನು ಬಿನಿ ಅದನ್ನು ನೋಡದಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಇಂದ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಅಂತ ಅವರು ಫಿಯರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಿಸ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಔಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೇವೆ ನಾವು. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ರೀಸನ್ಸ್ why they are getting and psychological factors, compulsive consumption. So these are some of the reasons. But a wonderful point Mr. Rao told, ಮೊದಲು ನಾವು ರೇಡಿಯೋ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ವಿ, ಕೇಳ್ತಿದ್ವಿ ಅಂತ. To reach 50 million users, telephone, it took, do you know how much it took? Telephone took 75 years to reach 50 million users. Radio took 38 years, whereas Pokemon Go anta ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಟೂನ್ ತರ ಇದೆ, Pokemon Go, it took only 19 days to reach 50 million users. So therefore ಈಗ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ everybody is on the internet. Buddha's example very correctly ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Now the point here is, unless we have a structured daily schedule, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಸ್ಕೆಡ್ಯೂಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗೋದಾದ್ರೆ ಆಪ್ಸ್ ಗಳಿವೆ. There are so many apps that you can install called screen time apps ಅಂತ. ನೀವು ಆ ಆಪ್ ಅನ್ನು ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನೀವೇ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು, ನನಗೆ ದಿನಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ತಾಸು ಮಾತ್ರ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊಡಿ, ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದಟ್ ನನ್ನ ಫೋನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಲಾಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ದಿನಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಎಷ್ಟು ಲೀಟರ್ ನೀರು ಕುಡಿಬೇಕಂತ ಕೂಡ ನೀವು ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕ್ಬೋದು. ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ರಿಮೈಂಡ್ ಯು, ಈಗ ನೀನು ನೀರು ಕುಡಿಬೇಕು, ಈಗ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಟೈಮ್.
ಶಾಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಈಗ ಎಲ್ಲ ವಾಟರ್ ಬೆಲ್ ಅಂತ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ನೀರು ಕುಡಿಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ.
ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಸರ್, ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಅನದರ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ಎದ್ದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ನೋಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಬ್ಯಾಡ್. ಸೊ ಅದು ಮಾಡದಾಗಿ, ಸೊ ಲಿಮಿಟೇಷನ್ಸ್, ಇಫ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ರೆಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್, you can do it. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಪ್ಸ್ ಗಳಿವೆ.
So there are 2 points I would like to add. So in terms of reducing, as Dr. Anand sir told, see, first is the trying to control the social media or going through any internet is to cut the screen time. So after cutting the screen time, you have basically you can there are a lot of apps, as Dr. Anand said, where you can allocate a particular time. And we have a usual habit, when we go to bed we basically take our phone. We can try to practice where we can keep the phone outside, like in the hall, and then we go to bed, so that we basically can cut down that time where we are scrolling. And basically we go to bed at 9, but you go to sleep around 12 o'clock, because 3 hours you're just browsing, you're seeing what is happening. So usually the effect of FOMO is there, fear of missing out, where we basically want to see whether I'm not missing out any event that is happening, or my friend has taken a car, or that always there is a fear there. So you basically go on scrolling, and it takes a long time. So this is the some of the ways where we can try to reduce the use of social media. And we have to spend little bit time, like outside playing with the friends or talking with your parents. So this is how we can do. And the first question what was asked, that why, I would like to add few points where why people are not looking into listening to Akashvani today. If you look at the total demographic of India, we have total 1.4 billion of population today in India, and out of that 433 million are internet users. Like we have the consumers, internet consumers today, who are at the age of, and if you talk about the demographic, the 60% of the total internet users are in the range of 30, and the average range of 20 to 30, 35 is an average range. So these particular are tech driven, so they are basically into internet. So basically they are either game lovers, they browse through a lot of social media platform, they go to a lot of events, party. So this is the type of demographic that we are looking currently in the internet space. So these people have no idea of what Akashwani, because today we have softwares like Spotify, Ghana, where you can get any latest songs, any latest music, it's available. So that using of transistor or using of a radio has completely reduced. So most of the, even the cars, before and all, we had a radio in a car. So we have a small music system which has a radio. But today most of the music system that comes in a car have a Spotify inbuilt. So basically people have, those tech driven audience size is not so particular with that age group, because that Akashwani and this radio have an age group of 45 to 50 or something about that age. So the demographic plays a very important role.
Some FM radios.
Yes.
Even youngsters also.
Yes. So the demographic plays a very important role in using these particular radio versus the internet space.
Okay. We have one more caller. Let us attend. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Who's speaking?
Namaste, Sheetan Ramachandra ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿರೋದು.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಶೀತನ್ ಅವರು, ಶೀತನ್ ರಾಮಚಂದ್ರ ಅವರೇ.
ಹಲೋ.
ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಕೇಳ್ಬಹುದಾ?
ಹೌದು ಸರ್, ಶೋರ್.
ಓಕೆ.
ಇದು ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ನಂದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ವಾಟ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಪ್ಲೇಡ್ ಥ್ರೂ ದಿ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಾ forwards and hello.
You can ask.
Sir, namaste sir. It is a wonderful topic today.
Thank you.
I think today's what it can be called as blessing in disguise or curse. ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, but social media has become a part of our life. And my question today is, already some people, Mr. Anand Prabhu has addressed some part of it, like the dopamine, pleasure-causing elements like dopamine. Idur bagge. So, but I also want one more. I have one more question. That is, they say that the war, today's war, is not the physical war. Where you bring out ammunitions and fight the war. The major part of the war is played through the social media. So, like for example, they spread the wrong messages through social media and cause a havoc in the country. So, ಇದನ್ನ ಹೇಗೆ government address ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? It's such a big network, and they can definitely take a stern action.
Anti-propaganda.
So I think they have to start, bringing some stern actions on the new generation on the usage of social media. For example, if you consider a Western country where internet is charged at a very high price, so the charge indane ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜನ usage ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. So, but in India it is minuscule amount of charge what we are paying for internet. So the main cause of the social media usage, high usage, is it is spread across all over the India. It's not only the urban sector, rural sector where people are more innocent and they believe whatever is there on social media. And ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಅವರು ವಿಚಾರನೂ ಹಾಗೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. So how can government take an action on this? They can increase the price of the internet and bring the regulation. That's the best way to do it. Rather than other things like other Western countries where they tumba kammi ide usage because of the internet cost.
Excellent.
So, can they do it, sir?
Excellent question, Dr. Anant Prabhu. You are a cyber law specialist also. How to check
And
this
even
anti-propaganda and how to avoid this social war? What he told also correct. Now then virus, all these issues. How to address and what are the measures government can take up?
Yes, sir. Basically, internet or technology is a double-edged sword. Advantages are there, disadvantages are also there. Second point which I want to tell is government has many things. For example, Kavach anta ಒಂದು antivirus ಇದೆ, so people can install that on their devices. ಮತ್ತೆ there is cyber ಸ್ವಚ್ಛತಾ ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ in order to combat all these ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು or fake news ಇರ್ಬೋದು, anything of that sort. So cyber dost ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So the Ministry of Home Affairs, they have done many programs, many bodies they have set up which can do, and also 1930 national cyber crime helpline number ಇದೆ. ಆಲ್ಸೋ cybercrime.gov.in ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ವೆಬ್ಸೈಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನೇ ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತೊಂದರೆ ಆದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಮನೆಯಿಂದಲೇ ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ ಕೊಡಬಹುದು. ಯು ಡೋಂಟ್ ಇವನ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಗೋ ಎನಿವೇರ್. ಸಿ ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ದಿಸ್ ಸೈಬರ್ ಥಿಂಗ್, ಇಟ್ ಡಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ಟೆರಿಟೋರಿಯಲ್ ಜ್ಯೂರಿಸ್ಡಿಕ್ಷನ್. ಈಗ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಒಂದು ಕ್ರೈಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ, ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬನಿಗೆ ಕ್ರೈಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ, he need not be in India, he can sit anywhere in the world and he can commit that crime. So there is no territorial jurisdiction. So this is why even for the yoga day you told me vasudhaiva kutumbakam anta ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಂತ. So cyber kutumbakam ಅಂತಲೂ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, because all the countries have to club together, they will come and join hands. Otherwise ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಒಂದು ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕ್ರೈಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ, MLAT ಅಂತ ಒಂದಿದೆ, ಮ್ಯೂಚುವಲ್ ಲೀಗಲ್ ಟ್ರೀಟಿ ಅಂತ, ಅದು ಅಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಟ್ರೀಟಿ, ಅದು ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ that country, if they do not share any information with India, then we will not be able to trace that person. So hagiruvaga, it is a collective responsibility of everybody. But having said that, in India, as Kaniji has rightly said, Information Technology Act antide, which has come into existence in 2000, but I think this month or the next month probably it will be phased out slowly, because we will be coming out with one new law in our country which is called as Digital India Act anta barutte nam deshadalli, which will cover everything. So adu intermediary guidelines and digital media ethics code irbodu, personal data protection bill irbodu, copyright act irbodu, and also POXO, lot of POXO related cases online u agutte, Aadhaar act irbodu, all these things. But one thing which I want to tell is, in the Information Technology Act there was one section called as 66A anta. It was a good section, yakandre if somebody could post something that is objectionable, avarige arrest ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತು. But the Supreme Court has striked it down because it was being used against the citizens by certain law enforcement agencies ಅಂತ ಅವರು ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅದನ್ನ ತೆಗೆದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. From that day onwards ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, freedom of speech ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ, I can talk anything ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ, people post anything and everything. So therefore ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಾನಿಟರಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ರಿಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಒಂದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಲಾ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ, we can regulate a lot of the cyber space ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾನು ಬಯಸ್ತೀನಿ.
Okay, we have one more caller now. Hello, hello, hello. ಕಾಲ್ ಕಟ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು. ವೀಕ್ಷಕರೇ, ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ನೀವು ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅಷ್ಟುವರೆಗೆ ವೆಯ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂತ ನಂದು ವಿನಂತಿ. ನಾವು ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಕಮ್ ಟು ದ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್. ಸೊ social media has helped also a lot of businesses because of globalization. Any part of the remote part, you can reach to any part of the globe. How the social media play their role in growth in business?
See, for any business, one to grow, what we need is a territory. We need to go. Say, for example, if you are in Mangalore, if you have a particular business in Mangalore, you want to reach, because there is, as I said, India has around 1.4 billion of population. Out of that, 433 millions are the consumer market. Consumer market are the people who has that potential to buy any product online. So considering that huge market, internet, basically a social media, can basically help your product. Say for example, you sitting in Mangalore can advertise, so you have these advertisement platform, like maybe you have Google, you have social media, you have Instagram, where you can create a particular ad and shoot it to a particular location. Say for example, it gives you an update where it can you can target. So sitting in Mangalore, you can target in Bangalore, you can select a particular interest base. Say for example, if you are selling a hair oil product, you can basically target people, women, so you can target women's in you can have ads targeted to an woman category at the age of 35 to 45, having a parents, who you think would particularly buy your product. So that basically helps any of the business owners or the startups to launch their projects and to reach out to the audience throughout the globe without having to set up, because long time, 20 years back, before the internet or the advertisement space has started, If you want to expand out of Bangalore, you would have put up a center in Bangalore, or you would have put up an office in Mumbai, and then you start marketing. Today that distribution is basically controlled, it's completely digitized. So sitting in Bangalore, you can run throughout the business throughout India. As of more than that, you can basically use digital medias to share the reviews, customer reviews, give knowledgeable content about your product, which was not available before the internet phase, because it was only the newspaper. Newspaper was the only way where you could have talked about a business or talked about your product. Today you have YouTube, you have blogs.
Even TV also.
Yes.
Any news, it is a breaking
news. So today you have those, internet basically can help business reach to new customers and have business globally. And also research on a new product, because before, say for example, every businesses need product innovation. So you cannot have one product that goes for 10 years or 20 years. Product innovation for any business is very important. So internet is a space to understand your competitor. It gives you an understanding of what your competitors are doing, and try to implement and try to revolutionize or reinvent your product so that it meets the market demand. So these internet or the social media can be used as a tool for any business to grow as well as expand their business. So this is that area which the benefit, I guess, the major benefit what a business can get from the internet.
Anant.
I would like to add one point, sir.
Yeah.
Now, if I was running a coaching class for NEET coaching, nanu Mangaluralli kododadre, if I put one hoarding outside the airport, if 100 people are seeing that hoardings, 98 people do not need NEET coaching. Maybe 2 of them will need that NEET coaching. Our adan nodತಾರೆ, but 98 ಜನರು ಅದನ್ನು ನೋಡಿ ನನಗೆ ಏನು ಅದರಿಂದ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. But if I put it on social media, ಒಂದು ಆಡ್ ನಾನು ಫೇಸ್ಬುಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಡ್ ಹಾಕೋದಾದ್ರೆ, I can specify ನನಗೆ ಅದು ಆಡ್ 16 to 18 years ಇದ್ದವರಿಗೆ, PUC ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ತೆಗೆದವರಿಗೆ ಅದು ಹೋಗಿ ರೀಚ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. So this way I can specifically target who my market is. And Kaniji rightly spoke about hair oil. ಈಗ ಹೇರ್ ಆಯಿಲ್ ಇದೀಗ ಏನ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ನಾವೀಗ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಫೋಟೋಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಸೊ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಾ ನೋಸ್ ಹೂ ಆರ್ ದ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಹೂ ಆರ್ ಬಾಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ಟಿಫಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಇಂಟೆಲಿಜೆನ್ಸ್ ದೇ ನೋ ವಿಚ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಇಸ್ ಬಾಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್, ಎಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷದೊಳಗೆ ಅವನು ಕೂದಲು ಹೋಗ್ಬಹುದು, ಅವನಿಗೆ ಹೇರ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಬೇಕಾಗ್ಬೋದು, ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಅವರು ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ಎವರ್ ಅ ಕಂಪನಿ ಗೋಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಅಪ್ರೋಚಸ್ ದಟ್ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಾ ಅಂಡ್ ಟೆಲ್ಸ್ that ನಮಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಹೇರ್ ಆಯಿಲ್ ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, so they will tell we have the customer base of people who are having receding hairline, we are having database of people who are bald, we are having people who may go bald anta. So ee tara our timelines ಕೊಟ್ಟು they will make sure that your product will not only become a hit but it will become a super hit.
Oh, excellent way of this, because of this artificial intelligence also playing a vital role in growth of business also. Now it is time for the break. ವಿರಾಮದ ನಂತರ ನಮ್ಮ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಮಾಡ. ವೀಕ್ಷಕರೇ, ಬ್ರೇಕ್ಗೆ ಬಾತ್.
ಈ ಟೈಮ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಷ್ಟ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಮನೆಯಿಂದ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಹೋಗೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಯಾವ ಕೆಲ್ಸದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿದ್ಯಮ್ಮ?
ತಮ್ಮನ್ ಫೀಸ್ ಕಟ್ಟೋದು, ನನ್ನ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ 15H 15G ಫಿಲ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಮನೇಲಿ ಕೂತ್ ಹೇಗ್ ಮಾಡೋದು? ನಿನ್ನೆ ಪಕ್ಕದ ಅಂಗಡಿಯವರಿಗೆ ವೆಜಿಟೇಬಲ್ಸ್ ತರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ, ಈಗ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಚಿಲ್ಲರೆ ಕಾಸು ಕೂಡ ಖಾಲಿ ಆಗಿದೆ.
ಅಯ್ಯೋಮ್ಮ, ಅಷ್ಟೇನಾ ನಿನ್ ಕೆಲ್ಸ? ಈಗ ನೋಡು, ಈ KBL ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಆಪ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಕೆಲ್ಸಗಳನ್ನ ಮನೆಯಿಂದಲೇ ಸುಲಭವಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು.
ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕುಟುಂಬದ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್, ಭಾರತದಾದ್ಯಂತ.
Looking to avoid kitchen disasters? The Spar Kitchen Fest is here. Visit Spar Hypermarket today or shop at sparindia.com.
ವೆಸ್ಟರ್ನ್ ವೇರ್ ಡಿಸೈನ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮೋಷನ್.
ನೋಡಿ ಸಾವುಕಾರ್ರೆ, ಶಂಕರಣ್ಣ ಈ ಬಾರಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಸಾಲ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳದೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಹೌದಲ್ವಾ? ನಡಿ ವಿಚಾರಿಸೋಣ.
ಶಂಕರಣ್ಣ, ಓ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
ಏನು ನಮ್ ದನಿಗಳ ಹತ್ರ ಬರ್ದಿದ್ರು ಹೊಲದ ಕೆಲಸ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಾರಿ ಜೋರಾಗಿ ನಡೀತಿದೆ.
ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ನನ್ನ ರೈತ ಮಿತ್ರ KBL ಕಿಸಾನ್ ಕಾರ್ಡಿಂದ. ಕಾರ್ಡು ಒಂದೇ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಸೌಲಭ್ಯಗಳು ಹಲವಾರು. ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ನಮ್ಮೊಂದಿಗಿರುವಾಗ ಇನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮಂತ ರೈತರು ಚಿಂತಿಸುವ ಅಗತ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕುಟುಂಬದ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್, ಭಾರತದಾದ್ಯಂತ.
ಸ್ವಾದಿಷ್ಟದ ಅಡುಗೆಯ ಪರಂಪರೆ ರಾವ್ಸ್ ಸೌತ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಟ್. ವೈದ್ಯರೊಬ್ಬರು ನಡೆಸಲ್ಪಡುವ ಹಲವು ವಿಶೇಷತೆಗಳ ಮಂಗಳೂರಿನ ವಿಭಿನ್ನ ರೆಸ್ಟೋರೆಂಟ್. ಆಂಧ್ರ ಶೈಲಿಯ ಬಿರಿಯಾನಿ, ಗುಂಟೂರು ಚಿಕನ್, ಗುಂಟೂರು ಮಟನ್, ಚಿಕನ್ ಚೆಟ್ಟಿನಾಡ್, ಕೋಲಾಪುರಿ ಸೇರಿದಂತೆ ಬಹುವಿಧದ ಮಾಂಸಾಹಾರ ಖಾದ್ಯಗಳು. ಚಿಕನ್ ತಾಲಿ, ಮಟನ್ ತಾಲಿ, ವೆಜ್ ತಾಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸಂತೋಷವನ್ನು ಇಮ್ಮಡಿಗೊಳಿಸುತ್ತದೆ. ಬಾಳೆ ಎಲೆ ಊಟ, ಕರಾವಳಿ ಬಹುವಿಧದ ಮೀನಿನ ಖಾದ್ಯಗಳು ನಮ್ಮ ವಿಶೇಷ.
ಸ್ವಾದಿಷ್ಟದ ಅಡುಗೆಯ ಪರಂಪರೆ ರಾವ್ಸ್ ಸೌತ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಟ್. ಸವಿದವನೇ ಬಲ್ಲ ಇದರ ರುಚಿಯ. ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಭೇಟಿ ಕೊಡಿ.
ರಾವ್ಸ್ ಸೌತ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಟ್, SL ಹೈಟ್ಸ್, ಕುಂಟಿಖಾನ, ಮಂಗಳೂರು.
ಹಾಯ್ ಅನು ಅಕ್ಕ. ಹೇಳು ಪುಟ್ಟ. ನಾಳೆ ನೀನು ಮದ್ವೆದ ಸಾರಿ ತಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತೀಯ ಅಲ್ವಾ?
ಇಲ್ಲ ಪುಟ್ಟ, ನಾಳೆ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಇದೆ.
ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ನೀನು ಬರ್ಬೇಕು.
ಪ್ರತಿ ತಿಂಗಳು ಸ್ತ್ರೀಯರ ತಿಂಗಳ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ಅವರು ಎದುರಿಸುವಂತಹ ಹೊಟ್ಟೆ ನೋವು, ಸೊಂಟ ನೋವು, ಬೆನ್ನು ನೋವು ಹಾಗೂ ಇತರೆ ನಿಶ್ಶಕ್ತಿಯ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗಳಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಉತ್ತಮ ಆಹಾರ ಪದ್ಧತಿಯ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇದೆ. ಇಂದಿನ ಜೀವನ ಶೈಲಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವ್ಯಾರು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಆಹಾರ ಸೇವನೆಯ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿ ಗಮನ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇದೆಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ ಪರಿಹಾರ ಜೀನಿ ವುಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್.
ಜೀನಿ ಕುಡಿಯಿರಿ, ಆರೋಗ್ಯವಾಗಿರಿ.
ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೀರಿಯರ್ ಪೇಂಟಿಂಗ್ ತೃಪ್ತಿ ನೀಡುತ್ತಿಲ್ಲವೇ? ಹಾಗಿದ್ದರೆ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಬದಲಿಸಿ. ಪೇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ಲ, ಪೇಂಟನ್ನ. ಪ್ರಸ್ತುತವಿದೆ ಅಪೋಲೋ ವಂಡರ್ ಗಾರ್ಡ್ PU+, ಭಾರತದ ಪ್ರಪ್ರಥಮ ಪ್ರೈಮರ್ಲೆಸ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಪ್ರೂಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೀರಿಯರ್ ಎಮಲ್ಷನ್. ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಉಳಿತಾಯ, ಮೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಫಿನಿಶಿಂಗ್. ಅಪೋಲೋ ಪೇಂಟ್ಸ್ ಜೊತೆ ನಾಳಿನ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿಯನ್ನು ಇಂದೇ ಮನೆಗೆ ತನ್ನಿ. ಅಪೋಲೋ ಪೇಂಟ್ಸ್, ವಿ ಲವ್ ಅವರ್ ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್.
ಇಂಡಿಯಾನಾ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ ಸಮಗ್ರ ಆರೈಕೆ ಒದಗಿಸುವ ಮಂಗಳೂರಿನ ಅತ್ಯುತ್ತಮ ಕೇಂದ್ರ. 30ಕ್ಕೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ವಿಶೇಷ ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ವಿಭಾಗಗಳು. ಹೃದ್ರೋಗ ಚಿಕಿತ್ಸೆ, ಟ್ರಾಮಾ 24/7 ತುರ್ತು ಚಿಕಿತ್ಸೆ, ಪೀಡಿಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ NICU, PICU, ತೀವ್ರ ನಿಗಾ ಘಟಕ, ಡಯಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಇನ್ನಿತರ ಹಲವಾರು ವಿಭಾಗಗಳು. ಅನೇಕ ವಿಮಾ ಕಂಪನಿಗಳ ನೋಂದಣಿ ಹೊಂದಿರುವ 300 ಹಾಸಿಗೆಯ ಸುಸಜ್ಜಿತ ಸೂಪರ್ ಸ್ಪೆಷಾಲಿಟಿ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್. ಅತ್ಯಾಧುನಿಕ ಸೌಲಭ್ಯಗಳೊಂದಿಗೆ ಅತ್ಯುತ್ಕೃಷ್ಟ ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ಸೇವೆ. ಇಂಡಿಯಾನಾ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್, ಪಂಪ್ವೆಲ್.
ರೀ, ಏನ್ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ?
ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನನ್ನ ಸಾಧನೆಯ ದಾರಿಯನ್ನೊಮ್ಮೆ ನೆನ್ಪು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡೆ.
ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪರಿಶ್ರಮ ಮತ್ತೆ ಆತ್ಮವಿಶ್ವಾಸದಿಂದಾನೇ ನೀವು ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಬರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯವಾಗಿತ್ತು.
ಹೌದು. ಆದ್ರೆ ಅತಿ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ ನನಗೆ ಬೇಕಾದ ಆರ್ಥಿಕ ನೆರವು ನನಗೆ ದೊರಕಿದ್ದು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ MSME ಲೋನ್ನಿಂದ. ಇವತ್ತು ನನ್ನ ಸಾಧನೆ ಏನೇ ಇದ್ರೂ ಅದು ಸಾಧ್ಯವಾಗಿದ್ದು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ನಿಂದ.
ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕುಟುಂಬದ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್, ಭಾರತದಾದ್ಯಂತ. ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕುಟುಂಬದ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್, ಭಾರತದಾದ್ಯಂತ.
ಓ ಸಾಹೇಬ್ರು, ಬರ್ಬೇಕು.
ಏನ್ ಯಜಮಾನ್ರೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಹಳ್ಳಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ರೈತರಿಗೆ ಸರ್ಕಾರಿ ಸವಲತ್ತುಗಳನ್ನ ತಗೊಳ್ರಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ?
ಸಾಹೇಬ್ರೆ, ಅನುಕೂಲವಾಗಿರೋ ನಾವೇ ಕೈ ಚಾಚ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ದೇಶ ಉದ್ಧಾರ ಆಗೋದು ಹೆಂಗೆ? ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಸಾಯಿಲ್ ಬಳಸೋ ರೈತನಿಗೆ ಕೈ ಚಾಚೋ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಸಾಯಿಲ್
ಸಾವಯವ ಕೃಷಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಥಮ ಸ್ಥಾನ ಗಳಿಸಿರುವ ಮೈಕ್ರೋಬಿ ಅಗ್ರೋಟೆಕ್ ಅವರ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಸಾಯಿಲ್ ಬಳಸೋ ಪ್ರತಿ ರೈತನ ಬದುಕು ಶ್ರೀಮಂತ.
ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಸಾಯಿಲ್, ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಸಾಯಿಲ್.
ನಂದ ಗೋಕುಲ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆ ಅಂತ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆಯಿಂದ ಹೇಳಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅದು ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ವಂತ ಮನೆ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು. ಆದರೆ ಈ ದುಬಾರಿ ಜಗತ್ತಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗಿಷ್ಟವಾದ ಊರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ? ಅದು ನಮ್ಮ ಕೈಗೆ ಎಟ್ಕೋದರದಲ್ಲಿ. ಚಿಂತೆ ಬೇಡ, ಈಗ ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಸಾಧ್ಯ.
ಮಂಗಳೂರಿನ ಬಿಜೆಯಲ್ಲಿರುವ ರೋಹನ್ ಸಿಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ 550 ಅಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್, 250ಕ್ಕೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಕಮರ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಶಾಪ್ಸ್, 3D ಥಿಯೇಟರ್ ಹೌಸ್, ಸ್ವಿಮ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಪೂಲ್, ಜಿಮ್, ರೆಸ್ಟೋರೆಂಟ್, ಮಲ್ಟಿಪರ್ಪಸ್ ಹಾಲ್, 80,000 ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಫೀಟ್ ನ ದ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಸಿಟಿ ಕ್ಲಬ್, ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಮತ್ತಷ್ಟು ಸೌಲಭ್ಯಗಳು. ತಿಂಗಳಿಗೆ ಕೇವಲ 31,000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಹಿಂದೆ ಬುಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ.
ಬನ್ನಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ಕನಸಿನ ಮನೆ ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ನಂಬಿಕೆ ಮತ್ತು ವಿಶ್ವಾಸದಲ್ಲಿ ನಂಬರ್ 1 ರೋಹನ್ ಕಾರ್ಪೊರೇಷನ್.
ಸುಂದರವಾದ ಮನೆಯನ್ನು ಹೊಂದುವ ಆಸೆ, ಆದರೆ ಸಾಲ ಸಿಗುತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಉತ್ತಮ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಪಡೆಯುವ ಆಸೆ, ಆದರೆ ಆರ್ಥಿಕ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ. ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ನಿತ್ಯ ಅಲೆದಾಟ, ಆದರೆ ಸಾಲ ಪಡೆಯಲು ಮಾತ್ರ ಪರದಾಟ. ಈ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗಳ ನಿವಾರಣೆಗಾಗಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಿದೆ ಮಾತಾ ಗೃಹ ನಿರ್ಮಾಣ ಕೋಆಪರೇಟಿವ್ ಸೊಸೈಟಿ ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್. ನಮ್ಮ ಗ್ರಾಹಕರಿಗೆ ಮನೆ ಹಾಗೂ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಒದಗಿಸುವ ಧ್ಯೇಯದೊಂದಿಗೆ ಆಕರ್ಷಕ ಬಡ್ಡಿ ದರದಲ್ಲಿ ದೀರ್ಘಾವಧಿ ಮರುಪಾವತಿಯ ಸೌಲಭ್ಯದೊಂದಿಗೆ ಶೀಘ್ರ ಸಾಲ ಮಂಜೂರಾತಿ, ನಿರಕ್ಕು ಠೇವಣಾತಿಗೆ ಆಕರ್ಷಕ ಬಡ್ಡಿ ದರ, ಕಡಿಮೆ ದಾಖಲೆಗಳೊಂದಿಗೆ ವಿದ್ಯಾಭ್ಯಾಸಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಲ ಸೌಲಭ್ಯ ನೀಡಲಾಗುವುದು. ಸಂಪರ್ಕಿಸಿ ಮಾತಾ ಗೃಹ ನಿರ್ಮಾಣ ಕೋಆಪರೇಟಿವ್ ಸೊಸೈಟಿ ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್, 2ನೇ ಮಹಡಿ, ತಾರಾ ಟವರ್ಸ್, ಸುರತ್ಕಲ್, ಮಂಗಳೂರು.
ಹೊರಗಿನ ಕೊಳೆಯನ್ನು ನಾವು ಪ್ರತಿದಿನ ಸ್ವಚ್ಛಗೊಳಿಸುತ್ತೇವೆ, ಆದರೆ ಶರೀರದ ಒಳಗೆ ಸೇರಿರುವ ಕೊಳೆಯನ್ನು ಏನು ಮಾಡುವುದು? ಫ್ರೀಡಮ್ ರೈಸ್ ಬ್ರಾನ್ ಆಯಿಲ್ ಬ್ಯಾಡ್ ಕೊಲೆಸ್ಟ್ರಾಲ್ ಅನ್ನು ಸ್ವಚ್ಛಗೊಳಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ರೈಸ್ ಬ್ರಾನ್ ಆಯಿಲ್ ನಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಒರೈಸನಾಲ್. ಇದು ಕೆಟ್ಟ ಕೊಲೆಸ್ಟ್ರಾಲ್ ತೆಗೆದು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಕೊಲೆಸ್ಟ್ರಾಲ್ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಸುತ್ತದೆ, ಹೃದಯವನ್ನು ಪ್ರತಿದಿನ ರಕ್ಷಿಸುತ್ತದೆ. ಕೊಲೆಸ್ಟ್ರಾಲ್ ಸ್ವಚ್ಛಗೊಳಿಸಿ.
ಮಂಗಳೂರಿನ ಆಭರಣ ಪ್ರಿಯರಿಗೊಂದು ಶುಭ ಸುದ್ದಿ. ಮಂಗಳೂರು ನಗರದ ಕೆಎಸ್ ರಾವ್ ರಸ್ತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಶುಭಾರಂಭಗೊಂಡಿದೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಜುವೆಲ್ಲರ್ಸ್. ಹಿಂದೆಂದೂ ಕಂಡರಿಯದ ಸ್ಪರ್ಧಾತ್ಮಕ ದರದಲ್ಲಿ ಉತ್ಕೃಷ್ಟ ಆಭರಣಗಳು. ಸ್ಥಳೀಯ ಮಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿ ತಯಾರಾದ 916 ಹಾಲ್ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಪ್ರಮಾಣೀಕೃತ ಆಭರಣಗಳು. 50,000 ಮೌಲ್ಯಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಅಧಿಕ ಮೌಲ್ಯದ ಚಿನ್ನ ಖರೀದಿಗೆ 1 ಚಿನ್ನದ ನಾಣ್ಯ ಉಚಿತ. 0% ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್. ನಿಮಗಾವಶ್ಯಕವಿರುವ ಚಿನ್ನಾಭರಣ ಖರೀದಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿದೆ ವಿವಿಧ ಆಕರ್ಷಕ ಸ್ಕೀಮ್ಗಳು. ಗ್ರಾಹಕರಿಗೆ ಇದೊಂದು ಸುವರ್ಣಾವಕಾಶ. ಹಿಂದೆ ನಿಮಗೊಪ್ಪುವ ಚಿನ್ನವನ್ನ ಕಾಯ್ದಿರಿಸಿ. ಭೇಟಿ ನೀಡಿ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಜುವೆಲ್ಲರ್ಸ್, ಕೆಳಮಹಡಿ, ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಗೋಕುಲ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್, ಕೆಎಸ್ ರಾವ್ ರಸ್ತೆ, ಹಂಪನಕಟ್ಟ, ಮಂಗಳೂರು.
ದೇಶಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಏನಾದರೂ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಕಣೋ.
ಹೌದು ಕಣು. ಆರ್ಮಿಗೆ ಸೇರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆಗೆ
ಪರಿಸರದ ಸ್ವಚ್ಛತೆಯನ್ನು ಕಾಪಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳೋ ಸಣ್ಣ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿಯನ್ನು ನೀಸಲಾಗದವರು ದೇಶದ ಸರಹದ್ದನ್ನು ಕಾಯೋ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿಗೆ ಅರ್ಹರಾಗ್ತೀರಾ?
ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶ ನಮ್ಮ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ. ಸ್ವಚ್ಛ ಭಾರತ ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯ. ಜನಹಿತಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಜಾರಿ. ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕುಟುಂಬದ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್, ಭಾರತದಾದ್ಯಂತ.
ಮಹಾಲಸ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಆಫ್ ವಿಜುವಲ್ ಆರ್ಟ್ ಮಂಗಳೂರು, ಕನ್ನಡ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾನಿಲಯ ಹಂಪಿ ಹಾಗೂ ಮಂಗಳೂರು ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾನಿಲಯ ಸಂಯೋಜನೆಗೆ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಸರ್ಕಾರದಿಂದ ಮಾನ್ಯತೆ ಪಡೆದ ಏಡೆಡ್ ಕಾಲೇಜ್. ಮಹಾಲಸ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಆಫ್ ವಿಜುವಲ್ ಆರ್ಟ್ ಮಂಗಳೂರು ಈಗ ಪ್ರವೇಶಾತಿ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ. ದೃಶ್ಯ ಕಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ 2 ವರ್ಷದ ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್ ಕೋರ್ಸ್. ಅರ್ಹತೆ ಎಸ್ಎಸ್ಎಲ್ಸಿ ಅಥವಾ ತತ್ಸಮಾನ ಮತ್ತು ಬ್ಯಾಚುಲರ್ ಆಫ್ ವಿಜುವಲ್ ಆರ್ಟ್. ಬಿವಿಎ 4 ವರ್ಷ ಪೇಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಮತ್ತು ಅಪ್ಲೈಡ್ ಆರ್ಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಪದವಿ. ಅರ್ಹತೆ ಪಿಯುಸಿ ಹಾಗೂ 10+2 ಅಥವಾ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಮನಾದದ್ದು. ಉದ್ಯೋಗಾವಕಾಶಗಳು ಗ್ರಾಫಿಕ್ ಡಿಸೈನ್,
ವೀಕ್ಷಕರೇ, ವಿರಾಮದ ನಂತರ ನಮ್ಮ ಕುಡ್ಲ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಟಾನಿಕ್ ಇಂಪ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಾ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. ನಮ್ಮೊಂದಿಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಈರುವರು ತಜ್ಞರು ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಅನಂತ್ ಪ್ರಭು ಜಿ ಹಾಗೂ ಶ್ರೀ ಕ್ಯಾನಿ ಮೆಂಡೋನ್ಸಾ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಈರುವರಿಗೂ ಮಗದೊಮ್ಮೆ ವಿರಾಮದ ನಂತರ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. ಇಂದು ಟೀನೇಜರ್ಸ್ನವರು ತುಂಬ ಈ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಾಕ್ಕೆ ಎಡಿಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದರದ್ದು ಸಾಧಕ ಬಾಧಕಗಳೇನು? ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ವಿತ್ ಅಸ್ ಶ್ರೀ ಸುಭಾಷ್ ಝಾ, ಬಿಟೆಕ್ from IIT Mumbai, and he is CEO and Director of Vibrant Academy, Mudbidri. Subhash Jha, you are with us?
Yes, sir. Hello, sir. How are you, sir?
Okay. Mr. Subhash Jha, you are welcome to our Business Tonic show. First of all, let me congratulate your Vibrant Academy for giving the best results in NEET exams. Recently, I have seen in all newspapers. Any newspaper I open, it is Vibrant Academy has done excellent results it has shown. Congratulations to you and your team for the same. Okay, now present today our topic is impact of social media. So you are mostly handling in PU level, science level, these teenagers.
Yes.
Many of the teenagers, they are prone to social media and they are addicted to social media. Now, how these parents, how teachers as well as students, they can control this and make the best use of it and avoid all these aftermath effects. Can you just brief about it?
Yes, sir. First of all, sir, I would like to thank you. Why? Because you have helped a lot developing this institution. You are our financial guru. From me and my team, we would like you to thank a lot. You know, this is from deep, from our heart.
Thank you.
Moreover, about social media, sir, it is, you know, two-way thing. It's a panacea as well as a Pandora box. You know, there is bad as well as good. Till the time we are using technology, it's all good. But if the technology starts using us, that's a bad scenario. Because when the social media came into action, we were all empowered. Why? Because all the informations were coming to our hand and we could, you know, recognize the nation. We could always represent ourselves in front of everyone. Now see, there is a understanding between teenagers that I am an introvert, he is an extrovert. Extrovert is a person who can talk very easily to everyone. Introvert people are like, they can't talk to everyone.
Yes.
So for introvert people, that was a very good platform to represent themselves. So they started using it and people started developing it too much. Now what has happened? Due to that addiction of this Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, WhatsApp, whatever. What happens that every 2 minutes, every 3 minutes, a teenager, you know, tend to move towards it. That we want to use it, we want to see it, what is the new post, what is the new scenario. So that's why I say that whenever you have a mobile phone or whatever you are using, let's say you are using a laptop, iPad or any Android, iOS, one notification, one ting notification and you get, you know, yes, boss. Like mobile is your boss and you are just using it again and again. What happens? You are not using that technology. Now the technology has started using us. In the time of this data sciences, data has been structured in such a manner that they tend to show you that only that you want to see. And people are getting addicted to their own dopamine. The moment they see one post which is too much alluring, our brain gives us a message, yes, you should keep on doing it. And that becomes a huge problem. That becomes a larger problem over a period of time. So I would recommend that people who are like teenage, at least minimum, let's say from 14 to 20 years of age, the parents should guide them in such a manner that you should use in a limited time duration. It's not like you should not use, you should not ban things. I feel that you should use it judiciously. In what sense? Let's say if I am using a social media, I am seeing a post. If I am seeing a post, I am seeing my social thing, then it should be time duration. Let's say for 1 hour, half an hour, 15 minutes for a teenager who's studying and all. That is more than enough. To use it for entire day. Now see, earlier it was only pictures, you know, the Instagram and the Facebook, only pics were come. Now slowly what happened? There are small shots, that reels and shorts are coming. People are becoming more addicted to that. You know, you keep on scrolling. You keep on seeing things and the time goes on. And you will find that it will be half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours. People keep spending time. And that's affecting their health. That's affecting their intellect level a lot. People have started thinking in the terms of social media only. while our intellectual level, our, that what creativity we have to find in our nature, that we are losing a lot. That's my concern. And for that, one thing is we need to control ourselves. We have to keep in mind that technology should not use us. We should be using technology.
That means you mean technology should be your servant, it should not be your master.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much for briefing about this teenagers, what are the problems and how to make judicious use of it. We will call you for our some full show as our resource person. Thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you, thank you. Now, Dr. Anant Prabhu, to continue this, see, there is a problem, lot of mental health problem, even physical health problem in people, especially this sleeping cycle change and sleeplessness and stress and all these issues and lack of hunger, all these problems will arise, they say, due to this use of excessive use of mobile and social media. How to control it and what are the dinacharya and ratricharya is to be followed for making the our life not miserable, making our life making the use of social media to the best of our advantage.
Yeah, very excellently explained by Jha sir, because he has put it very aptly that what you want to see, you keep seeing the same thing over and over. This is how the various algorithms of the social media, it works. Recently, I had given an interview for a radio channel which was from Dubai, and the point was on infinite scrolling. Now, I would like to mention what this infinite scrolling is. So whenever you go to YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, you see those reels there, short videos, and you can keep on scrolling and it will never tell that you have reached the end. It will never happen. You can keep on scrolling the whole day, 5 days, 10 days. It will keep on showing you so many contents that you will think that, my goodness, from where are these contents coming? And all the contents that you see are what you want to see. And because of that, somebody was jokingly telling me, Anant Prabhu sir, now ಟಾಯ್ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಇದು ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಫೋನ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅಲೌಡ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಹಾಕಿ ಒಂದು ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕು, ಇಲ್ಲದಿದ್ರೆ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಈ ಇನ್ಫಿನಿಟ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೋಲಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಯಾರು ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬರಲ್ಲ ಅಂದೆ ಬಟ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಟ್ರೂ.
ಆವಾಗ ನೀವು ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ಟಾಯ್ಲೆಟ್ ಹೋಗುದೇ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಮಾಡುವ ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ಉಂಟು.
ಅದು ಸಹ ಇದೆ, ನೀವು ಹೇಳುವುದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ ಸರ್. ಏನಂದ್ರೆ 2 points. 1, ಈ ಹೆಮರಾಯ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಜನರಿಗೆ. ಈಗ ಹೆಮರಾಯ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ದಟ್ ಕೊಮೋಡ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಕಂಫರ್ಟಬಲ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎನಿಬಡಿ ಟು ಸಿಟ್. ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಸಿಟ್ ಆನ್ ದಟ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಟೈಮ್, ಫಾರ್ 30 minutes, 1 hour ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ದಟ್, ಸೊ ಹೆಮರಾಯ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಆಗೋ ಸಾಧ್ಯತೆಗಳಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಒಂದು. ಎರಡನೇದು, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಸೀಯಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್ phantom vibration syndrome among students. Now, what is this phantom vibration syndrome is, whenever somebody keeps a phone in their pockets, they feel that the phone is vibrating. They feel as if notification has come. They feel as if phone is ringing. And when they take the phone out and see no vibration, no notification, nothing, which means their brain is giving them stimulus of an external stimuli which is not existing. ಇದೊಂದು ಸೈಕಾಟಿಕ್ ಬಿಹೇವಿಯರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿಕ್ ಬಯಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಈ ತರ ಇದೆ ಆ ತರ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಸ್ಟಿಮ್ಯುಲಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಡೇಂಜರಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಫೋರ್ the only solution for this, according to me, is you need to exercise self-discipline and also install those apps which are examples kodbekadre anti-social, off time, and there are many other apps. ನೀವು ಆ ಆಪ್ ಅನ್ನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫೋನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, ಅರ್ಧ ಗಂಟೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಾನು ದಿನಕ್ಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ how much ever we tell ourselves discipline, regulation, it will not work, sir. And I've seen students, they get these lot of cravings, withdrawal symptoms and what not. So therefore, teachers, parents and students, all these 3 people have to work in tandem and ensure that we do not become a slave of the mobile, but we continue to remain as master of the mobile.
Okay, excellent. You should not be the slave of it, you should be the master of it. Okay. Now this social media, because of that, privacy is in many cases it is compromised or eroded, and security for individuals in society also it is at stake. What are all such cases and how to protect it?
See, as Mr. Shah and Dr. Anand sir was discussing, and Dr. Anand sir was discussing about whatever you think or whatever you are browsing, you will get a similar ads or similar content. So this is basically what happens. Today we have mobile devices, and in mobile devices we have a particular settings called security settings, where basically so you have your microphone which is completely on. Most of the apps, when you install Facebook or Instagram or any other social media platforms, it basically asks to give access to your microphone or your telephone numbers or your contacts. So what happens when you give access to your microphone, it basically is listening to everything or what you are talking. So even if you are not using your phone, if you're keeping your phone on the side, it is still listening to what you are discussing or what's happening around. So when you go to online, say for example, when you go to Google or when you go to Facebook, it basically knows what you are looking for. So this basically what happens, so your entire data, the data such as what you are speaking, the contact details, everything is there with Google. So in the marketing, when we do advertisements, right? So say for example, we are looking for an ad which basically has to target to say for a product cost around 1 crore. The ticket size of a product is 1 crore. Basically these advertisers like Facebook or Instagram or Google, they give you an option where you can target those people who have a annual budget of 1 crore, who have the income group of high net worth. It gives an access, it gives an option where you can select these segments. So how these segments are basically taken by Facebook is basically you give access to your account transactions. Say for example, we have Google Pay today, we have Truecallers. So Truecallers or Google Pay, we do a transaction, we do a daily transaction of maybe 10,000 or 20,000. Truecaller, you get a notification that your amount, this much amount is credited. So all this data is basically stored via encrypted to all these platforms. It may be Facebook or Google or these things. So these basically use as advertisers. So we as advertisers, when we want to put any advertisements, we use these data. So actually when there is always saying that there is nothing free in this world. See, we basically say that using WhatsApp or using Google or using Facebook, we need not pay anything. Actually, the people who are using are the product. You are the product. And we as advertisers, we sell with the Google or Facebook, they sell your data, your privacy to us so that we can advertise to you. So there is nothing free in the world. So this is how the data is basically leaked and used by these advertisers. Yes, there are different precautions, things that we can consider. Say for example, in your Google and security settings, we can remove those accessibilities to those apps. Say if you go to your settings and you have verification or security settings, you can switch off these data sharing, your microphone, you can switch off. Say for example, if you go to Google, you can desync your microphone or desync your contact details so that the internet doesn't know what you are actually doing. So basically your data is basically safe and you don't end up getting those advertisements that, because what happens when you are very craving for food, you go to Facebook or you go to Instagram or you go to Google, you see a video of food, which is maybe a nice fish or someone is cooking, so you get craving to that, and then you go out to that hotel and go and have the food. So this is a major concern in terms of obesity also. So a lot of people during the COVID times, people have been using internet user because an average internet using is for a teen is around 3 hours, whereas an adult use it for 7.5 hours. So during the COVID time, it basically has increased to double. It has doubled it. So the obesity of India has a high risk of increasing because today if you see any YouTube or Facebook, you see a lot of food content, food bloggers today, and this is basically causing a main reason for obesity. So data privacy. So this is how your phone is basically syncing out.
Automatically you are trapped.
Trapped.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Anant, what is this Redmi China phone issue now? Recently, yesterday, today, it is a hot news now. What it is? Can you just brief it?
Yeah, see, basically what is happening over here is, we do not know how the data is stored in the phone. We know the data is being stored, where it is stored, how is it stored, which method they're encoding they're using to store. And also, what we are doing is, our phones have got 128 GB, 64 GB, that much of space. And after that, what we do, we store the data in the cloud. Now, who owns this cloud? This cloud is again owned by Redmi, or it may be owned by Google, or anybody, Amazon. So, we have to make sure that whatever we are storing in our devices remains in our devices and it does not go anywhere else. So, I was told by some people that these Chinese companies offer these phones and other digital products for very less because they can take our data. Because my guru Sanjay Sahai sir always tells, data is the new oil. So once you have data, then you can do so many things from it, because you can extract so much of information. Kaniji has very rightly told. So especially for a marketeer, if he wants to sell one watch, he knows which watch to sell to whom, because whenever you do any online transaction, how much money is there in your bank account will come in the SMS. So in your account, if 10,000 rupees is there, they will sell Timex watch to you. If 10 lakhs is there, they will sell Rolex watch to you. So they know that selling a Rolex watch to somebody who has got 10,000 in his account is pointless. So this is where it comes into picture. So China, basically, you have seen, sir, one is the mobile phone and another is CCTV. They are giving the CC cameras for very, very less. Why? Because they can get so much of our data, location details, and the CCTV also, they have something called as a microphone in it, so that what you talk also it gets recorded in it. And there are two-way communication CC cameras where they can also talk to you from anywhere in the world. So my humble and sincere request for everybody is, as far as possible, buy Make in India products, buy Made in India products. And if at all you do not get that particular product from India, then avoid China as far as possible, because we are clueless. As Kaniji has rightly said, we do not have to fight wars using any of these missiles and aircrafts. All we need is internet and the data, and the new world war would be fought using that. We have seen a hybrid model that has worked with Russia and Ukraine. Similar things will happen in future as well. We have to be aware.
For your kind information, in our last year, when there was a Galwan incident, I have conducted a program called Goodbye India, Goodbye China. Goodbye India and Goodbye China. That program we have done in our business Tonic also. Make in India and without China. That program we have conducted, that people should appreciate for that. Now there are very few minutes left. Now, what are the cyber security precautions one should take by using this social media?
See, as I initially told, when we download basically any apps, see now when we download any basically apps, say for example quick loan, because right now you have a lot of financial apps that are coming in. You have a lot of downloads, because we easily now, when we are playing any games or when we are taking any Facebook or Instagram or any apps, we basically give them access to our contacts. So basically whenever we give access to contacts, the messages, texts, we can basically need to check the eligibility, like the eligibility of the app, whether the app is, we have to go, because when we are downloading app, we have to see whether, how is the review, which company it is made, what are the reviews. So, you know, having a good app, you know, when you are installing an app, we have to see how many users are there, how many downloads are there. So if the particular app has a good downloads and a good reviews, basically that app is particularly safe. But still we do not know back end what is going to happen. So in a phone, when we are using a mobile phone, we have to use an app, we have to install app, which is very important. Other than that, unused app, basically people, the youngsters, what they do, they basically download 3-4 apps, then they uninstall it. But usually what happens when you install the app, it basically asks you for access. The moment you give access, all your data is being synced. Even if you delete the app, at the back end, all the data are there. So this is the one way where we can try to keep our data safe. And again, as I said, even the mobile is there, you have, the mobile knows what you are speaking, so the data is there. So all these security settings in the setting options, we can basically do that. And always, as Dr. Anandji said, use an Indian made phone, or maybe we can use much of the best is Apple. Apple is
Make in India, Atmanirbhar, all these our
and I think that is why many people use Apple phone, because it has a good security feature compared to any other platforms. And in terms of anti-theft, or I think Anand sir would be a right person to answer in a much more technical way, I feel.
Okay. Now Ananta, what is the difference between cyber security and information security?
Sir, what I would like to say is this is one entire sphere. In that sphere, we can call it as a cyber security, the entire sphere. In that we have network security, we have information security, and we have hardware security. So all these come under one entire sphere called
it is an umbrella.
Security.
Cyber security is an umbrella.
Yes, yes.
Correct now. All other securities come under this umbrella.
Data, then it is the information security under that umbrella.
Okay. How to safeguard this information security?
We will have to have one more program for that, sir. But if I have to tell you in very short, there is a wonderful website adding on to what Kaniji has said, that is tosdr.org. I repeat, tosdr.org, which stands for Terms of Service Didn't Read.org. What we do is whenever we install any app, we are in a hurry to install it. So we keep on pressing OK, OK, OK to whatever it asks. Probably if it asks a question, your bank balance is ours, we may even press OK to that, because none of us read what is there in that. And also, it is said that William Shakespeare's Macbeth and Hamlet, it had got more than 8,000 to 10,000 words. But this Terms of Service has got more than 25,000 words. So when we have not read William Shakespeare, when are we going to read this? Therefore, this wonderful website called tosdr.org, if you see, you will see that apps and websites are graded from A to E, where A being safe and E being third class. And I'm sorry to say that most of the popular websites and apps that we use belong to grade E.
Okay. Now, role of artificial intelligence, especially ChatGPT. What is your comment?
See, ChatGPT, any AI tool, it can always be used as a boon, as a strengthening of for any individual. So ChatGPT is also a particular platform which basically reduces a lot of work. See, any business, as we talk, when you are running a business or when you are working as a content writer or maybe a teacher or something like that, you always be dependent. See, I'm giving you a simple example of a student who has his theory paper to be written, or he has to publish a particular essay or theory, or a business owner who wants to write a ad copy or something like that. So initially what happens, he has to rely on a third person who wants to write an ad copy. So ChatGPT is a particular platform where you can use that platform where you can ask a particular specific question and it can help you with the answer. So these details, these particular tools can help you reduce maybe the work that would take you 5 hours or 6 hours, can help you reduce within 2 to 3 hours and make you more self-dependent rather than dependent on someone else for your work. So this is how ChatGPT basically works. It's basically on a prompt. So you ask a particular prompt or maybe a question, or you ask ChatGPT to write an ad copy. So it gives you an ad copy, and that ad copy you can use it, or the content you can use it to write a blog or something like that. So it reduces your time frame as well as work. So
One caller is there. Can we attend? Hello.
ಹಲೋ.
Who's speaking?
SS ನಾಯ್ಕರಾ?
ಹೌದು.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ, ನಾನು ರಾಜೇಶ್ ನಾಯ್ಕ್ ಮಾತಾಡುದು.
ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ರಾಜೇಶ್ ನಾಯ್ಕ್.
ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಕೇಳಬೇಕಿತ್ತು. ಈ ಕೋವಿಡ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ,
ಹೌದು,
ಅದು ಹೇಗೆ ಈ ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕ ಜಾಲತಾಣದ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿಗೆ ಒಂಥರ ಬೂಸ್ಟರ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿತ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ.
ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕ ಜಾಲತಾಣಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಬೂಸ್ಟರ್ ಬಂತು ಅಂತ ಅಲ್ವಾ?
ಹೌದು.
ಎನಿ ಅದರ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್?
ಇಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದೇ.
ಓಕೆ. ಅನಂತ್, how this COVID has given booster dose. So COVID, we have to avoid COVID, we have taken first dose, second dose and booster dose. But how this COVID has given booster dose for this social media?
Sir,
can you give the dose, booster dose for this?
Definitely, sir. In COVID, there are two paradigm shifts that we have seen. One, all the classes and meetings and everything went online. So this is one paradigm shift. Second, many of the companies realize that we don't have to get our employees to the office and make them work. Instead, they can sit at home and work. We can save on the rent and
work from home.
So work from home culture has now taken a front seat. And also,
but first they will introduce work from home. If that also will not work, then they should work at home only.
Yeah, work at home and sit at home. So, and the third, which is the third thing which I would like to say, is people have realized this social media has got tremendous potential for earning money. So you can monetize a lot with social media. How can you monetize? So it can be advertising. On my social media, I can advertise your product, or I can take sponsorship and I can show that, Karnataka Bank business Tonic. So sponsor. Affiliate marketing. I can send you one link, sir. I can tell SS Naik, sir, this is a nice mobile that I have purchased. Even you buy. And if you click on that link and if you buy the mobile, I get one commission from that. You will have no idea that this particular link will give me commission. So this is called as affiliate marketing. Then you have subscriptions and memberships. Paid content is there. So you have to pay money on YouTube. There are certain channels where unless you subscribe and pay money to them monthly, you will not be able to get their access, their content. So such paid content is there. Then there is crowdfunding which has started, where I tell I want to do this. How many of you will support me? So a lot of people will give me money and then I can do it. Then sponsored social media posts, like I am wearing a simple coat right now. I can just put some brand name of a company here and sit here, and lakhs of viewers are watching your program. So lakhs of people will get to know sure fast. So this is how I could have done. This is one more branding. And then e-commerce websites, where people have started websites and their whatever products they have, they can ship it to anywhere in the world. And classes, coaching and counseling, all these things have gone online. So these are the three big time paradigm shifts that we have seen post COVID.
Okay. Now, even in social media, that based on you can go on, create some videos and post in social media. If there are more viewers, more subscribers, that YouTube also will make pay you money. No? How it is?
See, the earning from social media, say as Dr. Anand said, so you have monetizing platforms. Say for example YouTube, you have a monetizer. So say for example, for after 1,000 or 5,000 views, since you have to put a lot of videos, maybe it can be if you are an educationalist, you can put an educational or training videos. If you are into food blogging, you can put food photos. So there are a lot of people who will come and view. The more, say whenever you go to YouTube or YouTube, before the video start, you can see
even
Instagram also you see a particular ads, maybe 10-second or 20-second ad. So those ad companies pays to Google, and the Google through YouTube, and the YouTube pays back to the person who created that content. So a person who is putting a video can have a multiple revenue generation. Say maybe he may be getting money from the ads. Say on an average, if you are saying 1 lakh view, if someone sees a particular video for 1 lakh, if 1 lakh people watch your video, you may get a particular price of around 80 to 90,000 for that. That is an earning that would happen. The particular person who is making the content can create revenue generation to partnering with the other brands. Say for example, a good influencer like you, SS Naik sir. if you influence with say for example, there are other brands, maybe a banking partner, they would like to be an influencer with you. So they may pay you some amount to market or reach there to promote their product. So this is different ways, maybe through influencer, being an influencer, selling merchandises, selling, as Dr. Anand sir said, you need to pay a monthly membership fees for some of the channels where to get the exclusive content. So you have a free content, whereas exclusive content where you have to pay a monthly of 215 or 315. So these are the different ways in which YouTubers or the people who are highly working on social media on as an earning platform are earning their money from these platforms.
Okay.
And sir, just a point that Cristiano Ronaldo, he charges $4 million per post, whereas Virat Kohli also charges about $1 million per post. You can just find it on the internet. You will be seeing how much money that these people charge in millions and hundred thousands. That it is surprising, because see, they are having 235 million, 400 million, 500 million followers. So even if they charge 1 rupee per follower, then you can imagine how much of money that these people will be earning. So people take money for advertising, and people with lot of followers are called as
people take money because it is seen by many.
Many.
And there is a famous saying.
And your reputation on social media is gauged by two things. One, how many followers you are having, and second, whether you have a blue tick right next to your name or not. So these are the two things. And unfortunately, the blue tick is for sale these days. So you can pay money and get a blue tick. But otherwise, earlier it was earned.
If you have blue tick, you are a blue boy. Correct, no? Okay. Anant has a blue tick for your this.
Fortunately, yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Now, one question. YouTube revenue generation. In India, it is they are paying less. In USA, more. Why it is?
Kaniji, would you want to answer that?
Yeah, it's see, it's majorly on the type of consumer. See, even in India, there are different segments. Like you have a finance segment. There are YouTubers who are making only into finance. Say, for example, finance with Sharan. There are people who are making into blogs, videos on food. There are people who are making videos on real estate. So every these categories of finance, food blogging, or real estate industry, everyone has a different type of viewers. So the highest earning that is generated is through a finance. Anyone who is doing a financial blogs, maybe a financial video, that their earning is more. Maybe for 1 lakh of view, he may get 3 lakhs. Whereas a food blogger, for 1 lakh view, he may get 50,000. And again, your currency, the type of currency also matters. So today we are looking, see, it's today in India when we talk about advertisements. So we have something called as an advertiser, we have something called as a pay per click. So we pay the Google, we tell the Google that if I have one view, this is the amount that I'm going to pay. That may be 10 rupees or 20 rupees. But if the same thing is compared to US or other cities, then cost of that view is different. So today in India, if an advertiser is paying 10 rupees for a view, in US it may be 40 rupees, or in a dollar if you are talking about, it may be $2 or $3. So there the cost basically differs. So this is how the earning of if you compare the global market, whereas the US or other market compared to India, it is different. And second thing is the influence of the people. When we talk most of the Indian content, it is more of Hindi that we are talking about. Whereas when you are talking about US based or Germany or UK based, they are more of English contents, and they are looking into diversified sector. So there, that earning basically
even
differs.
in India also, if it is in Hindi, more demand.
If
it is in other
the regional language
or English, demand
yes,
is
less. The regional language plays a very important role in India compared to the major English category.
Okay. Now you are the trainer for judicial academy and police academy. How this social media effectively used in judiciary system and police system? Can you just brief?
Yeah, so basically I would want to tell 2-3 points which are how it is getting used. See, in social media there is something called as hashtag. Now in Mangalore, our city police is using the Mangalore City Police hashtag, and they are using their Twitter handle so effectively that you can just post any complaint or any issue online, and immediately you will get response from the social media handling team of that particular police or company or anything for that matter. So hashtags, and not just that, people can also retweet, which means if I post something and if they feel that it is worthy, then they're going to retweet the whole thing. So more retweets means this particular issue is gaining momentum. So a lot of such things are used. So if I have to tell you point wise, the first would be by tagging some of these agencies like police or income tax or any of these agencies. They are very effectively using it not only to address the consumer issues, but also to advertise or to make sure that whatever their new updates are, it reaches out to end users, because they know that they're having a lot of followers, and instead of putting something on different media, if they put it on their particular wall of their page, then a lot of people will access it. So this is point number one. Second is the grievance redressal, because we have been seeing that when something does not get addressed, then lot of people will start liking it, sharing it, talking about it. So therefore, grievance redressal, if you had sent an email, nobody would have got to know that what you have sent. But when you are posting something publicly on your wall, everybody gets to know, and the redressal mechanism of that is much more better than what it would have been if it was a closed door meeting or by an email.
Okay. Judiciary system, how it is used?
See, the judiciary system, I don't say that it is very vastly used, but important judgments and important notifications, yes, they do come on their social media pages which are handled, so that people get to know about it. Because there is a special wing called as the e-courts wing, which handles everything. So everything is streamlined through the e-courts.
Okay. E-courts also, it is after this COVID?
It has gained momentum, so people can check everything online.
Okay. Now, common problem with people. Lot of these loan offers are offered in social media. Can it be relied or acted on?
See, as per of as a banking, banking, since you have been in the banking sector for long, so currently the loans can be usually offered by a RBI approved banks or NBFC, what we call. So when we are downloading any apps,
the loan apps and all,
yes,
Chinese.
Chinese. So most of the recent there was an ED that seized Razor Pay is a very big payment gateway platform, where the ED has seized almost 3,600 crores of transactions because they were operating for a Chinese based app. Because basically, as I said, data privacy is very important, because when you download such apps, it basically asks for contacts, it asks for details of transaction, and which has caused more of a cyberbullying as such, because once your details are leaked, they will start to call you, threaten you, ask for more money. Say for example, if you are taken a loan of 5,000, they basically ask to call, since they have you have all the contacts, they will ask you for 5,000, 10,000 or 20,000. So these are the common issues considered. This have been happening from a long time. So that is why RBI recently they put up restrictions that these companies, say for example, now most of these apps are either downloaded from Google Play Store and the Apple Store, the Mac Store. So now these particular platforms, which basically gives out the apps, basically they have a restriction where they can only put an NBFC approved or a RBI approved apps. So whenever we are downloading these apps or taking loan from these particular apps, we need to see whether they are RBI approved or not. Otherwise, you may have a high risk of leaking your database and otherwise paying a higher amount of interest to the.
It is not advisable to go left, right, unless you authentic or not. You should verify,
because you do not know how the money is coming to you.
Okay, it is now time to wind up. Dr. Anant Prabhu, what is your piece of advice to public regarding this social media use? In brief.
So you use the social media responsibly, Make sure that you have social media. Don't stay away from it.
You should
Follow
be
my
social.
page, educate
While
others.
using social media, you should be social.
Yes.
Right now.
Don't post anything that is anti-social. This is very important. And you can follow me on social media. You can search Educator Anant on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I'm using the same handle, Educator Anant, and you can follow me for updates on cyber security and other related content. And second important thing is there is an option called as a report and there is an option called as a block. So two options, judiciously, wisely use it. If you feel that some profile is not good or you do not want them to communicate with you, then please report them, please block them. There is no problem at all. You don't have to be a victim of cyberbullying or any of such things. And lastly, I repeat that point, sharing or forwarding is endorsing. So just because somebody has shared it to you on WhatsApp, please do not forward it without knowing the authenticity of it. Otherwise, you as well as the person who has sent it to you, both of you will be liable for penalty.
Like a guarantor, as I already told.
Absolutely.
Piece of advice to our viewers.
I think
in brief.
People, when you have a particular phone, I think you have to only keep the phones, the apps, basically the phone has an apps, only apps that is particularly required for your day-to-day life. Because when you are having too many apps, basically a lot of notification comes into picture and you may end up, the concentration is down. So you get an anxiety issue, you basically check on what's happening with the notification. So always keep limited number of apps, which is very critical for you, and try to reduce the screen time, maybe by just spending, if you are daily spending, like if you can make a note, you can make a 6 hours, if you are doing 6 hours, you try to reduce to 2 hours. And before going to bed and getting up, when you get up, try at least 1 hour, like at least 1 to 2 hours, don't touch the phone. Once you get up or go to bed, don't touch the phone for 1 hour.
Radiation effect is also, don't keep near the...
No, it is, radiation is very small. It's a micro radiation that we are talking about. More than radiation, this is the only way to reduce, because it reduces, it gives you more stress. This is the only way to control that addiction. Because when you're going to bed, once you go to the bed, it's better to go directly to sleep, because
all types of this mobile, TV,
just half an hour. I always suggest to people that at least
internet,
1 hour before you go to bed and 1 hour after after you get up, you should be away from those technology based systems and give little spend time for yourself. So basically you will have the entire day, you will have that freshness and you can have that concentration. Otherwise, usually we see people getting up from just wake up and they start scrolling. The day starts with the scrolling and ends with the internet. So I think
that addiction should be avoided. So automatically we will.
So if you start morning, if you start in a very positive mood, then the entire day will be good.
Okay. Yeah. So thank you very much on behalf of our viewers, Dr. Anant Prabhu Gurupur, Anant Prabhu ji, and Kenny Mendonca. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಇರುವರಿಗೂ ಈ ಒಂದು ಅಭಿನಂದನೆಗಳು, ಶುಭಾಶಯಗಳು ಹಾಗೂ ಕೃತಜ್ಞತೆಗಳನ್ನು ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬಯಸ್ತೇನೆ ಫಾರ್ ಸ್ಪೇರಿಂಗ್ ಯುವರ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯಬಲ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಆನ್ ಸಂಡೇ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಡಿಸೆಮಿನೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಯುವರ್ rich knowledge by enriching on the topic impact of social media to our viewers. Thank you very much. ವೀಕ್ಷಕರೇ, ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿದೆಯಾ ಫೈನಾನ್ಸ್, ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸೇಷನ್, ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್? ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಟಾನಿಕ್ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಈ ಒಂದು ಸಂಚಿಕೆಯ ಮರುಪ್ರಸಾರ ಇದೇ ಬುಧವಾರ ರಾತ್ರಿ 9:30 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕುಡ್ಲ 24/7 ನೀವು ನೋಡಬಹುದು. ಕೊನೆಯದಾಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ, ಊಟ ಬಲ್ಲವನಿಗೆ ರೋಗವಿಲ್ಲ, ಮಾತು ಬಲ್ಲವನಿಗೆ ಜಗಳವಿಲ್ಲ, ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಬಲ್ಲವನಿಗೆ ಪುರ್ಸೋತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಈ ಅಂತಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಯೋಗ ದಿನಾಚರಣೆಯ ಶುಭಾಶಯಗಳನ್ನು ಮುಂಚಿತವಾಗಿ ತಿಳಿಸಿ, ಸರ್ವೇ ಜನಾಃ ಸುಖಿನೋ ಭವಂತು, ಸಮಸ್ತ ಸನ್ಮಂಗಳಾನಿ ಭವಂತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ನಮ್ಮ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ವಿರಾಮಗೊಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ.
ಯಾಕ್ರಿ ಮಂಕಾಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ಈ ಸಲದ ಬಿತ್ತನೆಗೆ ಸಮಯ ಬಂದಿದೆ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಯಾರ ಹತ್ರ ಹೋಗಿ ಬೀಜ ಗೊಬ್ಬರ ಕೇಳೋದು ಅಂತಾನೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ.
ಛೇ ಅಷ್ಟೇನಾ? ಅದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋ ಅಗತ್ಯನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಈ ಸಲ ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಇರೋ ಬಂಗಾರದಿಂದನೇ ಬೆಳೆ ಬೆಳಿಬಹುದು.
ಏನ್ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀಯಾ? ಬಂಗಾರದಿಂದ ಬೆಳೆ ಬೆಳೆಯಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತಾ?
ಹಾ ಹೌದು, ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಇರೋ ಬಂಗಾರನ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಂಡೋಗಿಟ್ರೆ ಅವರು ಕೃಷಿ ಸಾಲ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದರಿಂದ ಆಭರಣನೂ ಸುರಕ್ಷಿತವಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ.
ಹೌದಾ? ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ